Gold Personality, $2. Are you gonna review FF16 when you finish it? Probably. I do like Final Fantasy a lot. Yeah, as you might have noticed, that was not just Breaking the Habit by the great Linkin Park. No, that was an AI cover using Plankton from SpongeBob as Chester Bennington. So, yeah, it's made by a guy called, let me get to it real quick. Lion AI. I'll put a link real quick. Genuinely kind of impressive cover. Like, I was genuinely kind of impressed at how good it was. There you go. Yeah, voice getting really scary. It really is. Like, it really is. I heard one where it was Cartman singing Virtual Insanity, and it sounded so on point. It's like, holy shit, that's frightening. But yeah, as you might have noticed, we tried to do it on Twitch, and didn't end well. Not even because, like, oh, my internet shit or anything like that. It was Twitch just did not want to do it. It kept killing OBS. I genuinely don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was a thing of I didn't update it right or the site's having issues. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Petty Medi for $2. Sora's Wrath review when? Sora's Wrath is fun. It is really fun. Mr. Krabs M&M ones are good. Those are also, like, scary good. Have you played Trepang 2 yet? I have it. I bought it. I have it downloaded. I've not touched it yet because I'm trying to finish FF16. Damn it, Lolly, could have become a Twitch thought. I know. My buddy's having problems with OBS 2 with Twitch. It might just be a thing going around. Because, yeah, now we're on YouTube and we're fine. So, I don't know. Well, I've heard so much Breaking the Habit this week. You should call this stream Part 2.5. Is it not called Part 2? Is it not? Oh. It's called Part 3 for some reason. Give me a sec. I'll try to fix that. There we go. That never happened. There we go. Okay. You gotta make an AI of you singing music. I do have the Saul Goodman one. I can try to see about how that works. I don't know. Make it sing something stupid. You know, the song that plays in Better Call Saul. That would work. It's part 3. No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, it's technically part 3. Exactly, it's technically part 3. It's called part 3D because you're going to use a 3D gimmick. Yeah, we're going to have a 3D VTuber rig. It's going to be like Project Melody, only instead of masturbating, it's like also masturbating, but not meant to be titillating. It's just meant to be very, very sad. Have Paul sing an Avenged Sevenfold song. How was your Independence Day? It was pretty good. I sat out in the backyard in the pool with the dogs, just watched the fireworks. It was real chill, really chill. Didn't really buy anything, didn't set anything off. It was mainly just watching other people do it. Just fought the Slime Prince in FF16. It's a lot easier if you have the expensive icon abilities. Yeah. When you actually upgrade the abilities and like keep track of all that, the game's pretty easy. It's mainly just chipping away at people. Spaceman last $5. Speaking of covers, gonna buy that hardcover version of Metamorphosis they're putting out. Yeah, it's like one of the few times that porn has become full-blown mainstream. Slimy Skeleton $2. Saul Goodman sings Gangster Paradise. That could work. Crypto $5. Anyone unimpressed with AI music? Very tinny and robotic. Fun, but that's all it is. Are you gonna do anything for American Prime Month? Well, I mean, I'm heading to Gatlinburg on the weekend, so that's going to affect the stream schedule. I might talk Shoda into doing it another day or like Friday or something. It depends. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm leaving Saturday. I have to, get everything in order. I'm heading down to Gatlinburg, going to stay in a cabin. It's going to have a hot tub, bringing the dogs with me. Still waiting for Saul's next Pippa pregnancy fetish read along. I watched you in a minute, but I'm back in my mix. My little baby boo, did you read Jujutsu Kaisen at all? Bits and pieces. I never really got into Jujutsu Kaisen. Irishman's the one that actually ended up liking it a lot more than us. And it's like, I need a fourth stream. But that's the thing. I feel like between trying to get back from, in the groove from the Japan trip, and now I'm immediately going down to Gatlinburg, even if it's just a thing with family, it's like, I feel like I'm letting myself slip. And it's like, no, I gotta get back to work. Gotta get back in order. Are your dogs terrified of the fireworks? Oh yeah. Winston was scared shitless. And he was the funny one because he wasn't scared of he wasn't scared of thunder. He wasn't scared of lightning. He wasn't, he just didn't rattle. But the minute those fireworks were off, he ran under my chair. Then you say you're going to do Wolfenstein for July. Yeah, but I mean, that's like, I haven't got started at all. And what I wanted to do with it, it's going to be one of those like, it might not be able to be a specific July thing. I could do it for like Oktoberfest. That could be a funny one. But yeah, it's like, I do have something in mind. It's just as stated, I'm letting myself procrastinate a little bit more. I'm getting mad at myself. It's like, no, I'm not supposed to do that. Get your shit together. We got to work. But I do have the next one in mind. And it's gonna be an interesting one. Because it is a movie that, like, I'm pretty sure maybe 5 people have seen. There's the guy who actually watched it and he suggested it to me. And there might be some, like, film student people that know about it. Other than that, I have no fucking clue who else could have seen this movie. It's 84 Charlie Mopik. It is a found footage Vietnam War movie. Where the dude explained that to me, and I'm like, what, is that like Blair Witch in Vietnam? And turns out there is more to it than that. There is more to it. And it's going to be interesting, even if watching it is cheesy as fuck. But yeah. So, pretty good. I don't know if chat slowed to a crawl or if once again OBS is throwing a bitch fit. It says I'm all good. It says I'm green. It says this is green. Should be good. So, just when chat slows down, I tend to get paranoid. I don't know if it's just an issue it has not told me of yet. So, yeah, people are saying that they can't chat. That is weird. That is interesting. It's slow. Yeah, a guy just pinged me on Discord saying he couldn't chat. That's fucking weird. It's like errors. Super slow. Is the stream slow? Or is the chat slow? Because if it's the chat slow, if it's the stream, I think I know what I did. Here we go. I'll bump up the encoder. No, you're slow. The chat's slow. Okay. So it's just chat. Yeah, I think that is just on YouTube's end then. Yeah, fucking weird technical shit, man. Fucking weird. Good morning from the EU. It is way past midnight here. We're all a little bit slow for hanging out here. That is true. Read my Chojin X Loli comment. Got error deleted. Testing about Hogwarts Legacy recently. Not a fan of the broomstick controls. Hopefully with the Quidditch DLC they'll realize going twin stick is retarded. Like, seriously, it's not that hard. Yeah. I do like all the people that are trying to dunk on and be like, man, all you bought like a $60 game just to own the libs and you're not even playing it anymore. It's like, yeah, it's a single player game. Have you collaborated with power scalers? No, I don't really get into like power scaling stuff. I watched some of the shitpost ones, like the guy who like power scaled all the King of the Hill characters. That was funny. But like actual legitimate ones, a lot of it is just people kind of, fanficking stuff. Which, that's fair enough as it is, but Plus, I don't. Combat systems and stuff is cool, but I also like it if a fight is just a fight. I don't need a complicated, here's how this rule set works thing, or if you do, I want it to be like JoJo where the rules barely make any fucking sense. So pretty much anyone could win if they're smart enough. Gotta go to Texas tomorrow morning, so probably gonna leave the stream. Have a nice time. Yeah. Did they ever say they were gonna incorporate online stuff for Hogwarts? I'd enjoy online Quidditch. That would be cool. Yeah. Like, and basically go with the idea that it is more of like a fucking MMO type deal. Because that's what people want. They want like an MMO version of Hogwarts. Cult personality, $2. Oshinoko going the Oremo route has been a ride. Yeah. I have confidence it's not gonna completely go that way. But at the same time, who fucking knows? It is a legitimate possibility that it could not only get worse, it could double down. Thoughts on the FNAF movie? I know Blumhouse said that they're going to have James Wan actually at the helm of more video game adaptation stuff, because James Wan legit likes video games. I am okay with the idea. The question is the studio going to get involved? Because it could be like a Silent Hill movie situation where the director's a fan, he likes it, he's trying to do the best job he can. Everyone around him is fucking him, though. Oshinoko has been hype of recently. People saying Oremo and Misguided, the shit going full. Yusugo no Sora. Well, from what I understand, like, this is kind of what I saw of it. And it could be that I'm completely wrong and coping, and it is just going to go full, rent-a-girlfriend degen. I kind of viewed it as, like, her sense of warped affection, where even though she got out of her mental breakdown and isn't crazy anymore, she's still kind of learning the wrong lesson. Of like, hey, that's not how you love somebody. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, the series does cover pretty fucking dark themes. Eco, $5, Oshinoko. Incest, it's the best. Put your sister to the test. There you go. Okay. Alright. Now let me just swap on over. Had to make sure it was all good and ready. Okay. And let me make sure everything's leveled out here. And I did crank down the audio from yesterday. Well, not yesterday, last time. So it should be a lot more equal. And we're going back with Roberta. We're shooting for level 30. That's our goal. Rent-A-Girlfriend gives me goosebumps when I think about it. Yeah, that was one where, like, people saw the cuck one and it's like, oh wow, that's a pretty rough chapter. Hopefully the author can do a great comeback, and it was all just one really weird chapter. And then he started taking, like, dolls of the main character, like dolls of the character he made, out on dates in public, and people were like, oh no, it's just that bad. Tanius for $20. He's telling you you're planning on streaming Dragon's Dogma 2 next year. Love your content, broski. There is no way on God's green earth I would not. Because I really like Dragon's Dogma 1. And I really want to see what they do with Dragon's Dogma 2, and I especially want to see if they double down on it being the best not Berserk game we ever got. I haven't given Rent-A-Girlfriend any of my time. When it first starts, it's genuinely fine for a rom-com. It is genuinely fine. Even has some moments that's like, you know what, that's actually pretty cool. It's saying something. And then it just loses its fucking mind. It legit has a fucking mental breakdown, and you're like, what the fuck is going on anymore? Okay, going to her. Oh, right, we don't have enough money. Okay, so we're gonna have to go the long way. It'd be how it be. Usagi Drop fans gonna scream once that show ends. Yeah, that's another one of like, holy shit, that fan base got fucked by sudden and out of nowhere incest. Usagi Drop, it was like especially ill-fitting because like it was a father-daughter relationship. So like when it got to that part, it's like, oh god, no, please. Most rom-coms start well, but man, do they get stuck in long-term maintenance. Some do, yeah. Space Finance, $5. First part about Rent-A-Girlfriend is that before the NER chapters, the MC was legit growing. Then the chapter throughout all the progress character made. That's why people are legit convinced he had like a mental breakdown. Like maybe he got like he found out his wife was cheating on him or something like that, where he just lost his fucking marbles. Learning to be a daddy and learning to have her call you daddy. Yeah, I mean, it was like no bullshit. That's what happened. And it fucked a lot of people up where it's like, man, I didn't want this. That's why I don't watch rom-coms. It's just gonna be depressed man finds even more depressed at the bottom of the depression pool. Yeah, can be. Some are fun. You know, you have Urusei Yatsura. I think it's My Wife is a Mermaid, where it had like entire episodes that were just Terminator parodies. There are some fun ones. Is Senko-san a rom-com? Ending's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'd say so. What day center are you, by the way? Gonna drop you some gil. I am at Merilith. And I think I got some mail from renewing my subscription, so I could have some goodies. Wasn't Usagi dropped by adopted daughter and father? Yeah. There was more circumstances to it than that. There was an anime a while back I dropped when I found out the guy who adopted his daughter would come to marry her later in the story. I think that is Usagi dropped, yeah. Ruby fucking Aqua be fully incest or just foolproof way to bring back I? It'd be both. She'd be I, but, missing some chromosomes. Director of Silent Hill directed Mothman Prophecies, and everything from the soundtrack, the plot, and the shots of the town are heavily inspired from the game. The closest thing to a good Silent Hill. Yeah, I say he was a big fan of Silent Hill, and it was purely the studio would barge in and demand, hey, adapt this from the game. And he's like, motherfucker, that's not in the game. And they really wanted to push the fact Sean Bean was in it, even though he was barely involved in the plot at all, but it was a name on the poster. Isn't that the one where the mermaids relate to Yakuza family? Yeah, I think so. It was a goofy thing. That's weird. I never really liked that type of age gap shit, especially if you adopt someone, because it's weird just know you don't fuck someone you raise. Some people are really into it. Women. But yeah, no, I see what you mean. I already missed Isma, man. Why they done her like that? Yeah. Upside, she's not dead. She's just in a different part of the astral world. Silent Hill director is trying to make a third Silent Hill film. Did he direct the sequel? Like the second one that was like really bad? I don't remember. Because if he did, no. No, you clearly couldn't even... Like, no. Nothing personal. Not worth it. Don't be like Woody Allen. Exactly. Don't be Woody Allen. We get nothing good from this, so we're going with gold. Guts needs an astral project to Allah to bring them back. That'll be the first thing Shrike says when she comes back. It's like, never astrally project alone and fight Allah. I mean, she is going into the World Tree, and the World Tree used to be Ganishka. That's basically Allah. Women are weird like that. They are really weird. It's like when, you know, when I was a teenager, I was really staunch, like anti-shoujo, like cutesy romance stuff. I was like, no, I like my shonen, I like my violence, I like my, you know, if it's a drama, it has to be like grim and depressing, and everyone's trying to kill themselves. You know, I was a man, and I like my manly things. Now I stopped giving a fuck, and I'll read pretty much anything if I think the art looks cool. So, and so. I've learned if you dip even a little bit further into like the shoujo genre than like the surface step, you find out that like all the stereotypes about women are 100% true. They very much want like the big buff fucking billionaire dude who is a borderline rapist, who is like twice their age and you know all this shit. Like, God. It is insane, their cliches. Like, okay, you hear about the cliches in, like, male manga, and it's like chicks in swimsuits, they all go to the beach, you know, oh, the hot spring episodes, everyone's always naked. Women, it's that, but, like, way more rapey. Like, 50 Shades of Grey was not even an exception. That was a tame example. Any interest in Spice and Wolf? Getting a new anime next year. From what I understand, it's a reboot. It's not dipping into the sequel stuff where it's like, you know, they have a family. It's a reboot, but I'll keep an eye on it. Chris Gaines did not direct Silent Hill Revelation. Chris Gaines trying to adapt Silent Hill 2 from what I remember. Okay. You know what? I am down for that then, because as stated, Silent Hill, the first movie, had some legitimate moments to it. It actually had some moments. So I want to see what he does with Silent Hill 2, where it's even more trippy and David Lynch experimental and nothing makes sense. Because to me, some of the biggest flaws in the movie, the first movie, is the fact that it had those moments where it's trying to ground it in reality and point out how alien Silent Hill feels. I never liked that. My favorite parts of Silent Hill is you just have to accept the town is weird and nothing makes sense. That's why I like 2 a lot. Hello as a family? Yeah, and the, like, sequel, I don't know if it's sequel or, like, epilogue stuff, but yeah, him and Mangai have a daughter. Or her and Mangai have a daughter. Rotisserie for $10. Hey, Lolly, sorry I can't enjoy the night stream. Date night tonight. I tried out the Fuga game earlier, and it was great. GF is very into it at the moment, so tell Shota I said thanks. Have a good stream, man. Peace. It was a very good game. Legitimately fantastic game. Even though the second movie's not as good, I still kind of liked it. If you turn your brain off, it's fine, but you shouldn't do that for something Silent Hill related. Spaceman last $5. Here, the author of ReZero is writing the Suicide Squad Isekai. Legit, the only thing piquing my interest. Yeah, and I know for a fact when it comes out, all you're gonna see is fan art of Harley. Her design is like, oh god, that's gonna be fucking porn artist crack. Fart compilation when you donate to my OnlyFans, fucker. I don't like women who like rape. They scare me. Like, I'm not kidding, though. Like, every fucking female romance manga I've seen is I can fix the abusive guy, or the guy is secretly rich, or the coolest guy in school thinks I'm really cool. And, like, sure, you know, shonen stuff has their own equivalents. I mean, you know, they have tons of harem stuff where, like, every girl wants one dude's penis, but fuck's sake, it just feels way more explicit and, like, exploitative in shoujo stuff. Spaz for $1 beat Disco Elysium for the first time. Fuck Dolores, hope that whore dies alone. I hope her kids become hookers. Yeah. The Twitch stream died? Yeah, it just did not want to do it on Twitch. It did not want to do it on Twitch. We are significantly more stable on YouTube. Now we gotta fight this guy. I had to click off for a second, it's fine. Here. Women love Twilight for a reason. That is true. What is Twin Snakes? So we have a new attack. I should put that closer here then. Dolores Borealis. Yeah. Zim Despot, $5. So I found an AI video where Joshua Graham and Cray are debating stuff. Never I found a more perfect crossover. Yeah, people go nuts with the AI. I opened the stream with a fucking Plankton one. We're singing Breaking the Habit, and like the screams legit sound like they sound convincing. You know, and I guess it especially works with that song because there's already audio effects on the vocals, so you don't notice it as much when it does get, you know, the kind of that tin can robot feel. Favorite Fallout? I'll go basic bitch. I like New Vegas, and I like 3 a lot. 1 and 2, I have to be very specifically in the mood for. Female power fantasy. X guy is broken, and I can fix him, tame him. Yeah, that kind of shit. Have you listened to Mr. Krabs singing Irish Republican music? That's funny. That's funny. Women loves, I mean, love NTR, especially BC. Yeah, that's there. Like I said, the Josei genre is like 99% porn. If you like Tomb Raider, I like the older games, yeah. First reboot one is not bad, but that's kind of where it got, that's where it, began the trend of Laura can never be strong, confident Laura. She always has to be like, she's becoming the Tomb Raider. It's like, no, fuck off. After that first adventure, she is the Tomb Raider. Second and third, where it's like, oh, it's still part of her journey to become. It's like, nah, you just don't want her to be a cool, badass femme fatale. What is your character's name? It's like Roberta, but I think it's like Rabbit in the front. We'll see it after this cutscene. Casca did fix Guts for a short time. Miura really understood. Yeah. That's another thing. The guy who's like broke and isn't royalty, they never win. Like especially if you read like the fantasy ones, because shoujo, they fucking love their fantasy shit. The poor guy never wins. The unpopular guy never wins. It's like an actual thing that you can point out. Like I said, it's outright kind of exploitive. It's like, man. Yeah, Berserk. Yay, Berserk talk, yeah. I get from most women's fiction is grooming is based. Can you name a few of these Josei manga for science? If you watch the My Love Story video, I have like a screen cap where I put a bunch of them up there. Those are all explicitly porn, and they were on the first page when I looked up Josei manga. Eco Fertile, why do women like grape hentai? I don't know. As stated, their gender confuses and scares me. There we go. So who is the groomer in these fictional works? That's the twist, Captain. They're all groomers. I originally thought I could read just about anything as long as the plot's good. Then I tried reading a BL manga. Relationship started with rape, so I swore off that genre. I just don't touch anything like that. Yaoi, boys love, I just don't touch anything like that. Because I'm not gay, I'm just not into it. I'm sure some people will be like, oh, well, the story is good. It's like, it just doesn't click with me. Oh god, I'm grooming! Korean ones are even worse with just being porn. Yeah, I've seen some of those. Some manhwa are just explicitly porn. Why are you reading a BL manga? Why? Because people swear up and down, no, but this one's like really good. It's a fucking masterpiece. Check it out. It's amazing. And then you sit down and read it, and it's like, eh. I keep an open mind on genres. I try my best not to swear off entire genres, because you never know what might become your favorite thing ever. But yeah, yaoi stuff and stuff like that, I have to swear off and be like, eh. Not part of the target. Exactly. Just, eh. Women don't want to have wholesome relationships. They just want to get raped. I don't understand. No, what's especially funny is the fuck. Didn't you watch Buddy Daddies? Main guys in that are not gay. Someone in the chats hunted us down. We gotta run. Fuck off, Firth. Wasn't there a manhwa that was an average girl becoming pretty and all the pretty dudes attract her or something? Do you have any fucking idea how little that narrows it down? You see Skull Knight pulling guts out of his stupor and dragging the guy to Falcone an epic road trip? I hope so. I hope somebody, like, either Guts is gonna snap and go full werewolf, beast of darkness, rip people to pieces. Motherfucker, I have gil to give you, fucking whore. No. I will forever be murder hobo. Get away from me. Get your capitalist temptation away from me, fucker. Bro, you don't just ironically watch gay porn. I mean, Gachimuchi and stuff like that, where it's explicitly a shitpost, that's different. But there's people who, like, unironically recommended, like, boys love yaoi stuff to me, going, dude, it's fucking amazing, the story's great, and I read a few pages, and I'm like, I'm just not clicking with this at all. Run, Ankar Bunny, run! They'll never catch me. Shitpost yaoi? Yeah, Gachimuchi. You never heard of it? Berserk is basically porn. Cries and women like rape conversations. Yeah. They always nag about the wild fight where he strips Koska naked. I know for a fact certain female readers are probably reading that one-handed. That's what we need to do. Like, you know how, like, you complain about censorship and people just accuse you of being a porn addict? We used to start accusing women of being porn addicts. I think that'd be funny. It's like, oh yeah, you went into that Chris Hemsworth movie where he fights all the fucking terrorists, and he's shooting the minigun at the helicopter. Oh yeah, you went to go see that because you like the fights. Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. Everyone complains about cookie cutter isekais, but no one complains about cookie cutter shoujo romances or slice of lives. Yeah, well, it's all part of the same market. It's all part of the same machine. Dumb question. Gachimuchi actually gay porn? Just very homoerotic. No, it is shitpost edits of actual gay porn. It was a specific gay porn studio. And they became aware of people shitposting with them, and they embraced it fully. Like, one of the big figures was Billy Harrington, and he ended up becoming, like, legitimately beloved. Porn addict, they say, as they walk and have Aquaman with Jason Momoa. Exactly, exactly. How would they like it if I barged into their fucking, you know, conversations about, like, oh, well, Fruits Basket got a new anime, and just start accusing everybody of being porn addicts. It's like, oh, of course you like the glasses guy. Why, you think all you can think about is his glasses slick with your juices, you fucking pervert. Rip Anarchy, rip Anarchy, rip Anarchy. Yeah, I quit drinking for good after he died because of a drunk driver. Yep. It's always the worst part of that when it's not even his fucking fault. It is somebody else's fault. That fucking sucks. It's for the best you don't read BL stuff. I tried being open-minded and all I got was creepy rape plot. I mean, guess who the main demographic for yaoi stuff is? It's fucking women. FF16 stream when? We have actually streamed Final Fantasy 16. I'm 8 hours into the 21-hour-long Berserk Saga video. Yeah. Even though it's a supercut, I don't have to tell anybody it's a supercut. So I'm going to let them all think that I sat down and made a 21-hour-long video by myself. I'm going to be that guy. Tenma loves Mind Break for dudes. Oh, God. Okay, so never, ever date Tenma. That is the advice given. Okay, gotcha. No disrespect to Zaniki. Billy Harrington, who is part of the Gachimuchi crew. I'm going to play 6 Days in Fallujah. I have played 6 Days in Fallujah a few rounds. It's genuinely pretty fucking good. I kept getting fucking convoy missions, but, like, other than that, it was legit pretty fantastic. Look to your left when you're out of the cutscene. No! You will not give me your fucking money! Take a guess which gender watch redo healer the most. Exactly. Fuck off! I don't want your fucking money! Get away from me! Chad, he's trying to get us to become spoiled little rabbits. He's gonna give us a bunch of fucking money we didn't earn. You can't fucking do this to us. You earn money through blood, sweat, and tears, not through players giving it to you. Oh, guys, catching up. We will earn our money. Ollie will stay broke and be proud. Exactly. You know, it's like, don't you hate it when you're watching an isekai anime and, like, the first problem they solve is they replicate a bunch of gold coins and shit? You know, it's like, oh, now I have all the money ever. It's like, that's fucking stupid. No, I want a homeless guy. You know, I want a homeless guy who has no money and he sleeps in the stables and he has to fight off the foxes. It's like, yeah, that is peak. That is peak experience. Get him, guys! Beat his ass! Where the fuck are we supposed to go? Oh, yeah. Face no Chocobunny to sniff. Why? He didn't sniff, he slapped. Fucking prick. Space Nine 10 hours. I read a manga back in high school about a guy who was groomed by his aunt to be her perfect man by putting him through the same romantic tribulations from Tale of Genji. Actually pretty good. See, that at least sounds like it's trying to be fucked up. And be like, hey, this is like, don't do this to people. In which case, you know, respectable. You know, Japan has some pretty good psychological thrillers out there. Let's go with the Ethernet. There we go. All right, we haven't kept up with that. Okay, fuck. Got to go and... Oh, god damn it. He's gonna try to give us gear. I don't think we need to run to the Coliseum. Where are we going? Yeah, okay. House Strip. Final Fantasy 12 wasn't ahead of its time, but still a great game. Yeah. Beat a nigga ass and knock him out like it's Tekken. I'm just chasing you to terrify you. He's admitting to harassment. He's admitting to harassment. He harassing. Oh, we don't go here either. Ever read Happy Sugar Life? I keep hearing that one's good. I keep forgetting. He's trying to turn you into an e-girl. Where are you in 16? I just got past where you get the chocobo. I'm still super early because I just haven't touched the game recently. But I am going to change that. I'm sitting down and actually taking time to play it. Slimy Skeleton $2. You really look like Costco. Don't sell your body. Costco, she had bunny ears. Have you read the manga Dog Ningen? Are you talking about Dog Nigga? Because, yeah, I hear about it. I checked out a little bit, and it's like, it's a shock one. You know, there's a shelf life to when the shock ones last, and you get the joke, and then you just kind of get annoyed with it. And I was like, okay, I want to read something serious now, though. Because, like, I've been keeping up on My Home Hero, and that's been really fucking good. Yeah. Ethernet. Raping Casca, the grind. Fucking Charlotte, the grind. I know you also like to do masochistic things with minors they were subscribed to yours. Where did that come from? You like ecchi anime with a lot of titties? Yeah. I'm unafraid to say I enjoy the company of women. You think women would like Violent Shack? Yeah, there are women that like go into guy stuff. And like unironically, not just because it had, you know, sex and violence and rape and demons. It's just fucking good. Still haven't gotten around to My Home Hero yet. I understand, like, when people say the anime is kind of mid, I perfectly understand what they mean. But the story is so good that, personally, it holds it up to me. It's like, the story in My Home Hero is genuinely fantastic and really interesting. So, even if the anime is kind of cheap and kind of stiff, I am able to accept that. Are there any other good ecchi anime? Oh yeah, there's a ton. If you look back in like the fucking 80s, oh god, there were so many of them. You had shit like OG Dragon Ball. You had shit like fucking City Hunter. I mean, god, every fucking series had some form of ecchi. I'll be controversial and say I like beautiful women. Exactly. There you go. Be a rebel. Alright, dipshit. I don't even remember if you die or not. You just vanish after a certain point. High School of the Dead. Yeah, some people call High School of the Dead like the greatest ecchi of all time. Spaceman Less for $5. Manga was called Minamoto-kun Monogatari. Tomboy GF he gets for a while was my favorite girl. Unfortunately, his aunt's manipulation breaks them up. So yeah, that is just flat out a psychological thriller then. Yeah. Golden Boy's pretty good. Yeah. Berserk is kind of ecchi. Kind of, sort of. That's where, personally, it actually does kind of ride the line of, like, it has nudity, but it's not, like, beyond, like, one scene every, like, 50 chapters. It's not really fan servicey. It's always just kind of they're naked. You know what I mean? It'd be like saying The Northman is ecchi because it has, like, sex scenes. It's like, at that point, it's like, I don't really know. Because when you hear ecchi, you think like ecchi. You know, you think harem comedy, you think High School DxD, you think that shit. You heard of Fable's getting an anime adaptation? I have. I hear it's one of those where if they were ever gonna adapt it, fans unironically said, "Nah, you kind of need to do it in live action," which makes me really curious because it does have some live action movies. High School Dead was before or after Kirkman made Walking Dead? It was before. Yeah, it was like right before, I think. Because it was part of the zombie wave, but that was mostly the anime. Because when the anime came out, that got fucking popular. I was seeing like mainstream commercials of the anime, you know, when I was growing up. And then you watch the show and you're like, holy shit, they would never advertise this today. There would be like 1,000,000,001 articles talking about how it's the worst thing ever and needs to die. Gunsmith Cats is peak culture. You can't change my mind. Gunsmith Cats is just fantastic. Wouldn't JoJo be ecchi for one? There you go. Exactly. We trace it all back to accuse women of being porn addicts for enjoying things that guys like. There you go. Rip High School the Dead author. Yeah. That was another one of like, man, people were fucking heartbroken when he died. I like big titty British mommies that rob historical sites and kill endangered species, and I am proud. Exactly. Kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie. It was a legit solid zombie story with some TNA. Yeah. I know Bucket List of the Dead is getting an anime in like fucking a week. I keep hearing that one is like really fucking funny and is really good. So I'm excited to check that out. I miss Psycho. Yeah. Women are porn addicts. Don't let them fool you. Malark was pretty good. Yeah. Malark was, especially how it ends, is like, god damn. It's fucking vicious. I didn't know the author died. The author died. The artist is still alive, but he flat out said, dude, without him, we can't do it anymore. He wrote it. I drew it. So, like, you know, we were a team. What the fuck? And he decided to end it. And at that point, that's legitimately kind of respectable, you know? It's like, no, my buddy died, and I can't do it without him, so I'm not going to. It's like, you know what? You're not trying to exploit it. You're not going to try to run into the grave. Good on you. I'm okay with Western media using anime aesthetics like the Superman cartoon Suicide Squad guy, but just don't want. I just want them to make their own style once in a while, like Gendy. That is true. You know, the upside is like everything I'm seeing from the Superman cartoon. It looks like it's just a legitimate cartoon. Like it's just about Superman. It's not about, you know. Agent of T.L.'s Rid Saga. I keep hearing that one's weird. Like it past a certain point, it just starts hating itself to a degree that's like pathological. Where like main guy dies and his love interest has sex in front of his skull, and it feels like such a personal fuck you. Does the art still do manga? I have no idea. Isn't Bucket List of the Dead getting live action also? I haven't heard of a live action. All I know is it's getting anime. Yeah, High School of the Dead slowly coming back to popularity, but in a few years it'll be lost media. Yeah. I love to make my own anime, but I'm so world building hungry. Yeah, that's what fucks a lot of people. That's what happens when you don't have a Kochimori to swoop in, folks. Make sure you always have best friends. Well, they were best friends too. It's just the fact he's like the artist doesn't think he can do it without him. You know, it's like, hey, this was his story. I just helped him, and it feels wrong. So you kind of get the two extremes of it, where you get the Koji Mori of I'm gonna do what it takes to live up to my friend's legacy versus, you know, the High School of the Dead artist that's like, without him there is no story. Need dark-skinned tomboy Lois Lane GF. Yeah, and I keep hearing everyone bitch and it's like, oh well, you know, they still tried to make her ugly, they just fucked up. It's like, no, she's very obviously going for the archetype of like short-haired tomboy girl. Someone at that studio had a type. Because, like, everything I'm seeing is like, no, they are going hard in on the fact she's supposed to be a tomboy. And honestly, there's worse ideas. Superman show was originally meant for Cartoon Network thing. For budget purposes, got moved to Adult Swim. That is weird, and I hope that does not end up fucking it, but... What am I talking about? It's mainly going to be adults watching it anyway. Okay, disregard what I just said. There's a story in High School of the Dead? Yeah, it had a story. It was a zombie story. It just had a lot of tits and fan service. I know High School of the Dead has lots of plot, but story? Yeah. There is an actual story underneath it. What is the anime that girl get fucked in front of a skull? It's not an anime. It's a comic called Saga. I don't know anything about it. All I know is it starts to legitimately despise itself. Like, it kills the main character off and humiliates him, like, so much. But tomboys are gay, just men with boobs. Like, listen, somebody's into that. Someone is into tomboys, and they wanted that design for Lois Lane. Honestly, it's not even the worst idea. It's like, yeah, energetic journalist girl. It's like, it's fine. And boy, howdy, are they gonna make sure everyone enjoys it? I heard Saga gets really bad by the end of it. That's what I'm hearing. Alright, does this dude out here? I legit don't remember. I don't remember anything about the actual Realm Reborn people. All I remember is when you get the party in Heavensward. And it's just all the people who are left alive from the Realm Reborn people. Mage of Void for $1. Had my computer crash so hard on Monday that Windows got corrupted. Fucking 30 minutes for my D&D session 2. Now I'm just waiting to hear back from the repair shop if the data can be salvaged. That drive had so much important shit on it, I'm terrified. Oh, God. Ugh. Those designs more cute than boyish. As stated, like, they are shooting for anime tomboy. Anyone that goes like, oh, they're still trying to make her ugly, it's like, you are fucking delusional when you're listening to fucking, you know, rant tubers. Like, no, that is not at all what's going on with her. They're going in hard on, this is basically just a Superman anime. Which, there are worse ideas, as stated. Okay, so that's heal. Fuck these dudes up. I don't mind Lois being tomboy, but why the hell is Jimmy black again? You know why. The fact that they even kept Superman white's a fucking miracle and a half. Like, you're dealing with people who legitimately fetishize the idea of there not being any white people in shows ever. The fact it seems as level-headed as it is like kind of a miracle for it. And we still don't know if it's actually going to be that way. Game too loud, hard to hear you. Okay. Give me a sec. Where are my settings? There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna crank it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, that should be better. Taking my money and going home, promise. There you go. I don't want your money. We will earn it. We will earn it. We will reach level 30 and we will earn it. Game was fine for me. Yeah, it's just, you know, making sure. Now, demons. As long as Jimmy's killed by the CIA up. It's okay for me, but let's be honest, more of a podcast stream. Yeah, it's usually how it is. We play the game and events happen, but we talk over it so hard. Live Wire comes black. More black characters with lightning powers. Yeah, that's the thing. Lightning powers are still cool. But yeah, I did notice that seems to be the... Static Shock seems to be the only superhero a lot of these people know. Only black superhero, I mean. This game is for those who are able to watch. Exactly. Just don't watch new great cartoons. Return to Justice League. Yeah. As stated, I mean, the new superhero show looks fine. It seems like they're more emphasizing... It seems like they're really emphasizing the Superman Lois thing. So, could be interesting if you really like their relationship. mean, that's about all I really know with it. A lot of people say that, like, Superman looks too much like a twink. I don't think him as Superman does. And when people complain about with Clark, it's like, well, Clark is kind of meant to look like a wuss. The whole point is he's unassuming. Shut up, bad guy. I'm talking about Superman. It's also optimistic looking. I'm glad we're past Jaded Superman. Yeah, I never liked Jaded Superman. Like, the novelty of it was fine when you first hear about Injustice, where it's like, oh, Superman loses his mind and wants to kill the Joker and ends up going down a dark path. That's interesting. And then every fucking Superman story after that was some form of Superman's losing hope. Can Superman still hold on? And it's like, who fucking gives a shit? So we're going to talk about Superman's actually subversive garbage. Yeah, I saw that shit, and it's like, you are missing the point of the movie so fucking hard. Where it's like, no, but it's about white replacement. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. You can never enjoy anything. Everything has to be a fucking argument. It's not even, like, the movie isn't trying to hide anything about its fucking politics. Michael Caine based his performance off John Lennon. Like, yeah, it's a pro-hippie movie. But the idea is it's about black people replacing white people. It's like the main bad guy was fucking black. I remember seeing Superman trailer after people were saying, wow, so woke and I didn't see anything wrong. Yeah. I think people at large realize we've been deconstructing Superman heroes since the fucking 80s with Watchmen. Some people do. A lot of it is people who just, they've been raised to believe that if you use cliches in any shape and or form, you've done something wrong. You always have to subvert. You always have to try something new. You always have to twist what's familiar. And to the point of, like, that in itself is very cliche and familiar. Why can't anyone kill the Joker without becoming Hitler? Because, like, you know, it's... For one, they really want to push the idea of, oh, if Batman kills, he'll never stop because he hates them so much, and he'll become like the Punisher, you know, shit like that. Which happens to lean into never kill your villains because then you can bring them back and then you can have sequels and shit like that. The curse of comic immortality where no one's ever allowed to fully die. And on top of that, they just really like pulling that bullshit of like, well, if you kill him, you're just as bad. It's like, no, there's a ton of genuinely good people in both Marvel and DC who have killed that are still genuinely good people. Punisher would have killed Joker a long time ago. Yeah, and he wouldn't have given a shit. They don't need to act like Great Sandman from DBZ, but at least make them stop moping around for fuck's sake. Yeah. I mean, subvert so much becomes tired cliche itself. Yeah. You know, to bring it back to anime manga, you notice it with Isekai. Whenever it tries to, like, subvert tropes in Isekai, it becomes a cliche in itself. You know, they outright have entire genres. I think a lot of people think Boy Scouts like Superman are boring. Yeah, because as stated, they've been raised to believe, like, oh, well, traditional hero, that's so boring. That's so, you know, that's so uncreative. And it's like, motherfucker, we haven't had that in so long. We legitimately cheer when characters like Clive from 16 come out, who is just a good dude. He might be fucking vicious, but he is just a good dude. There are more Isekai trying to copy Konosuba. Well, that's just a chunk of them. I mean, there's so many others. Like the fucking Reincarnated as a Slime has its own genre of people reincarnating to other fantasy creatures. All the people that like break the stats. I mean, shit like that. It in itself has become such a massive fucking cliche. And I mean, you can enjoy stuff that's cliched just fine. You know, as stated, the whole point is you don't have to subvert well done formulas just for the sake of being different. But it in itself can get very tiring if you just notice it over and over and over again. Especially if they genuinely think they're being clever with it, where it's like, no, 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 you didn't expect that. I did something else. Like, no, you didn't. You did you just did the other side of the coin, which is the same fucking shit. All right, let's check out the delivery Moogle. Oh. They have a Squall's outfit? That's pretty cool. Wild Rose. Who the fuck was this one? Ah, fuck. Wild Rose. Ah. Why can't I get their fucking name down? This is another one where it's another legacy one that's based off something. But we got Squall's outfit, so that's pretty cool when you get some glamours. Do I have glamours? I do not. Shit. Okay. Furion, yeah. Clive's just sad and a bit autistic, but he's a good dude. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a thing where when he's actually like pushed in a corner, he will try to help people. You know, it's his nature. He's just a good person. Should I buy the PS5 or wait for the Pro? I bought it purely because I wanted to play 16. If you think you can wait, because 16 will go on PC in like a year, it's up to you. I think the problem is dumb people get their opinions from critics and reviewers who consume media for a living. You see 1,000 examples of a trope and hate it, then normies go, wow, so cool, I agree. Yeah. I mean, that definitely does... Hang on. There we go. It definitely does sound right, because, yeah, a lot of critics will... They'll tend to make it sound like it's the worst problem on planet Earth, and you yourself are able to stomach it just fine, because you haven't seen 1,000,001 different examples of it. But personally, I think it's also a case of they tend to over-exaggerate how bad a cliche is, either because they really personally don't like it themselves, or they're trying to do it as like an entertainment factor of like, wow, can you believe this? It's like, if you remember the angry critic phase, where everyone had to be the fucking nostalgia critic and everyone had to do their thing. Everyone tried to make an in-joke or the movie they would bully, where like they would always reference this one movie. And always talk about how like it'd be their worst. I guess the best example of it is Angry Video Game Nerd with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It is this dumb fucking running gag he had where this one NES game ruins his life and it haunts him and it's everywhere. Yeah, back credit card? Exactly. Everyone always had to have that one cliche or that one thing that they would turn into like, oh wow, isn't that the dumbest thing ever? And when you're actually, like, sitting down trying to enjoy something, you don't think about it. You're like, whatever. I'm glad people like the quartering around. I never had to think for myself again. God damn, homie. Of course, yeah. 16's plot's very predictable. I'm still enjoying it for the same reason I can enjoy watching films and things I already know the plot of. Yeah. I mean, I just genuinely think it's a good game. It is a good game. Channel awesome devolved into BreadTube. A lot of them went over to become BreadTube, yeah. Angry video game nerd movie review when? Listen, man. I respect James a lot. He's a good guy. I'm never watching this fucking movie. Never again. I saw it once. Once. Honestly, what's your thoughts on Children Men? Legitimately one of the greatest films of all time. Like, it's what annoyed me so bad when people were just breaking it down to, you know, because to put in, to add some more context, some people are like, what the fuck are you talking about with Children of Men? Arcade Square, take $5. Don't forget the whole religious man bad or rich man bad trope you see in Rick and Morty and current Disney shows. Yeah, or if they ever introduce a billionaire or a priest, you can already tell they're going to be the bad guy. But the thing is, like, with Children of Men, there was some, like, black pill accounts on Twitter talking about how it's, like, an evil movie that promotes, like, racial replacement because a white man goes out of his way to save a black woman who's going to replace him. And it's like, that is not the fucking story of the movie at all. It's like, that is quite literally, like, everyone is... And they would, like, quote the book as if it's this ultra-based, you know... One guy literally described it as a criticism of liberalism. It's like, that is not the fucking book. The fucking book had the same themes about the refugees. It was literally a religious allegory for Jesus. Yeah.
Exalted vessel of Noldor, guardian of Thanalan, 17th ascendant to the throne of Uldar, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ulnamo presides.
Space Man Last I was glad he sent you that Show to Men tweet. Yeah, dude, that was like, holy shit. These people can't fucking enjoy anything.
Long live Nanamo! Glory to the Sultana! Forever may she reign!
What book? Children of Men.
Regaled me with tales of a champion amongst champions, one whose tireless service to the crown merited the highest honor we might bestow.
Like, one dude was like ultra fucking pressed where it's like, oh, the book changed it, you know, in the book, the future of humanity was birthed by, literally, this was his fucking words, a beautiful redhead native English woman. And it's like, motherfucker, dude, you are missing the point here.
Never did it occur to me that it might be you. Bring it
Kick her. Kick the Queen of Udal. Kick her. Kick her across the fucking... Angry video game nerds about white replacement because the nerd got cucked by a black guy at the end. Love Lalafels because they're midgets. I hate them because they're midgets. Eco $50, dumb black pill me, bro.
Tokening our gratitude and esteem, I, Nanamo Ulnamo, Sultana of Uldar, confer upon you this gift.
This gift.
Raubon.
Your Grace.
Remember you got so angry you were yelling, read the actual fucking book? Yeah, because they try to fucking Starship Troopers it. Where it's like, oh, well, this is what the book means. And they changed it so much. It's like, the fucking author of the book was a huge fan of the movie. She loved it.
See to it that our champion is my personal guest at the banquet.
As you command, Your Grace.
What is the legal repercussions for fucking a Lalafell? You're gonna have to ask him, because he is married to one.
Say is true.
You outright meet Raban's son in fucking Stormblood, and his son is a Lalafell. Which at that point, oh god, I feel so bad for his mother.
I am Raubon al-Din. With the consent of Her Grace, I oversee the affairs of the Sultanate.
Adopted son. That's the official story.
Brave souls are few and far between in these times. I count my blessings when I find one.
To my knowledge, the book and the movie are kind of similar. There's not too many changes, but they are there.
Her Grace invites you to join her at the coming banquet.
So, for one...
See you there.
God damn it, Robon. Fuck off. For one, in the book, men are the one who are sterile. Women are fertile. In the movie, it's the opposite, where women can't carry children. That, to me, is just outright fixing a plot hole, where it's like, hey, then this woman getting pregnant isn't really the important thing. You gotta find the guy who knocked her up. But, you know, it's all that. Also, it is not Key in the book who gets pregnant. It is Julian, who is Theo's wife and all that. And it's more about them reconnecting and falling in love again. In the movie, it's Key, and they push her as like a daughter figure, because Theo's son died, and he would have been the same age as Key. So it's like he's protecting, you know, the child he didn't get to have.
An honor, indeed. Come, hero. Until then.
In my opinion, the changes aren't significant. Yeah, to me, they're not that big of a deal. They try to dip a bit more into the politics in the book, where it's explaining how England became a dictatorship, and the dictator explicitly hated the refugees and didn't want anything to do with them. I like how, because a lot of the changes come down to Alfonso Cuarón, who's the director, fucking hates exposition. He hates sitting down explaining things to people. So a lot of it in the movie is show don't tell. Theo walks past a porno theater, and And you're just supposed to infer from there that porn has become mainstream because they're trying to get people to have sex in the hope that someone is fertile and they can reproduce. The religious themes are a bit more explicit in the book. The child is outright baptized at the very end. So, you know, a little on the nose there. Yeah, the changes are pretty good / unnoticeable. As stated, Phyllis James loved the fucking book. Not the book. She loved the movie. She was a huge fan of it and thought Alfonso did a fantastic job. And it's like, yeah. Okay, so the book takes place in a world where Dankula won the election. Yes. All sex... Now, see, if Dankula wins, all sex is banned because he has daughters, remember? Alright. So England did what Abe wanted? Yeah. Well, it's in the bad timeline where nobody can have kids. BreadTube trying to ruin James Bond, saying he was a sociopath, saying one-liners after killing someone, being okay with MCU making jokes at the hero's friend being killed was very cringe. I don't see a reason why they would even complain about that, because yes, that is actually part of James's character. Like, yeah, James Bond's pretty fucking cold. If you read the books, especially so, he is pretty fucking mean. But he's also an assassin. Like, you know, that's his job. He's a 00. He's a fucking government hitman. It's like, what, do you expect him to be, like, all remorseful about it? No. He fucking kills people. After Supreme Court Justice to President, what an amazing career. James making quips bad. MCU character saying bazinga every 5 seconds good. Yeah, it's not even like the quips in James Bond are bad. I mean, they're fun. They're cheesy. You know, James just says it to himself because he has a dark sense of humor. Oh, we might actually have to go down here because it's the elevator. Daniel Craig's 007 literally cannot find love. Well, every time he gets a love interest, they kill her. Big Web, Momodi at Quicksand. Let me see where that is. Okay. So let's just go. Miss Moore's Bond. Best Bond. I like Sean Connery. I like Daniel Craig. The 90s one. Pierce Brosnan. He was really good. Hearing about how Henry Cavill was in the auditions to do it, instead of Daniel Craig, I am legit kind of sad, because, like, he would have been a fantastic Bond. A lot of James Bond movies are goofy and a fun way to understand why people take it seriously. It depends on the movie, but yeah, a lot of them are just meant to be fun. It was only the Craig ones that, like, really tried to take it seriously. Even then, they still had fun. You know, Skyfall was the best one, hands down, though. Like, I loved Skyfall. Me and my family fucking worshiped that one. Jacked Bond, that would have been cool. Yeah. I mean, it would have clashed, because, like, you know, Bond isn't supposed to look like a bodybuilder, but fuck it, it's fun. You know, it would have been different. Wasn't he in a spy movie where he kind of was a Bond character? Yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E. He played the American agent, which was funny because he's English. And it's like, yeah, if they would have given him the English accent, he just would have been James Bond. But yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E. It was a genuinely fun movie. If you like the 1960s spy movie thing, I mean, it's an adaptation of a show from the 60s. Yeah, it was great. I liked it. Casino Royale still fire. Oh yeah, Casino Royale is fucking great. Skyfall was very good. It was. That to me is like, when they did Spectre, that... The way I describe Spectre is Skyfall was the crescendo. That was them pulling out all the stops. They were ending Bond, ending the legacy. They kill off M and replace her with Ralph Fiennes. And it's like, you know, man, you know, it feels like the end of an era, and this is going to lead into the Sean Connery era of Bond, you know, that kind of thing, where M's a guy and he has Q and all that. And it really felt like if they wanted to move on to a new era of Bond, that would have been the best spot to do that. Best spot to just call it and be like, nope, we are done. Daniel Craig's time is over. We're going to find a new guy, give it a few years, and then we're going to come back at this in a new way. Then they did Spectre, and Spectre felt like the band coming out on stage after the badass, like, finale And they're like, oh, you want one more? You want an encore? And everyone's like, no, actually we don't. That was really good. You don't have to do that. And they start setting up to play again. It's like, you really don't have to do that. And they play one more song, and it's from their new album that's not really that good. And you're like, okay, all right, yeah, cool, we got a little bit more, but, you know, that would have been so cool if you left it off there, though. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of fetch quests right now. Because all we have are these fucking jobs. No Time to Die kills Bond was so stupid. Yeah, No Time to Die was like, yeah. I don't hate it, but it definitely has elements where I'm like, I look at No Time to Die and I just see a movie that was torn to pieces. Maybe I'm crazy, but it feels like they ripped that movie apart. Space Marine is $5. I laughed that Elba came out and said he didn't want to be Bond because people asking for it only wanted because he was black. Yeah, and he's not wrong. I like Idris Elba as an actor. I know some people are tired of him, but it's like, I think he actually, unironically, would have been a pretty good Bond. You know, he's a good actor. You know, he's English, which is the important part. And he has that kind of suave energy Bond's supposed to have. That would have worked. But yeah, him pointing out, it's like, people only want me because I'm black, and I don't want to be the black James Bond. It's like, it's hard to argue against that. He finds it insulting. Last two were just cash-ins. I don't know. That's kind of what it felt like. They wanted to turn it into the yearly franchise. You know, kind of like what Tom Cruise does with Mission Impossible. The difference being that Tom Cruise is fucking insane. Elba's a fantastic actor, but he has a lot of range. Loved him in The Wire and a bunch of other shows. Oh, yeah. You know, you watch Luther, and then you watch The Wire, and it does feel like two completely different characters. Elba would be better in something like Gangs of London. That would be interesting. I would actually... Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Especially since they have to bring in some new people, because so many people died in Gangs of London. Only really thing him against him being Bond is Craig already did aging Bond. That is true. It's like, you kind of need new blood, but who do you have that's like new blood that would work? Marquise Square $2 is the only time a woman directed a movie Bond. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean, right? Where it feels like they ripped it apart, where at first they wanted to harp so hard on the politics thing of a black chick's talking down to Bond and is going, you're old and forgotten. No one remembers you, old man. Then fucking Cary Fukunaga got Me Too'd, and then it went quiet for a while, and then it came back and all the trailers were like, yeah, she's there, but I swear to God, she's not that important. We swear to God. We promise she's not going to be in the movie that much. It's like, okay. Voice the chest, okay. Yeah, this is where you actually had to put on like a specific set of earrings. Okay, only put that on because I want to have the best stats. There we go. What's your opinion on Kingsman? Kingsman was a lot of fun. I think if they wanted to end James Bond, that would have been the franchise to really like kind of milk instead. Where it's explicitly trying to be a love letter to like 60s spy stuff. I mean, it has all the over-top gadgets. It has the in-jokes that reference everything. It's like, yeah. Xander Dawson, $5. Finally tried a Cuban cigar. It was pricey, but man, did it live up to the hype. Yep. There's a reason they're expensive. Like, fuck's sake, for a communist country, they're unafraid to bleed you. No Time to Die was actually torn apart and reassembled because it originally had a lot more feminine scraps and Phoebe Waller-Bridge was involved. That was the theory I kept having, yeah. Where it's like, man, it feels like it really, I don't know, it feels like that movie was ripped apart. It feels like this happened. It feels like this happened. I mean, I was dead convinced when I watched it. It's like, this feels like it was 3 different movies that were cut apart and thrown together, you know what I mean? Anna de Armas was good in No Time to Die. She was good. It just has to say, the movie felt very rocky. It felt like it didn't know what it wanted to do. Do you know Gangs of London was based on a PSP spin-off of The Getaway? I'd be lying if I said I knew that, but Gareth Edwards is the kind of guy to take inspiration for something like that. He's a very strange man, and I love him. I love him and his violent-ass martial arts. He's doing a new sci-fi thing, apparently, where it's like... it's some kind of sci-fi thing where he's fighting like where he has like a special forces guy fighting robots. I think it's called like the Hope or the Colony or something. It looks interesting, and I stated his experience with action, I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm curious about it. Remember they had a Marvel post-credit scene for Hitler? That was funny and at least actually in line with the kind of humor Kingsman would do. Ever watched The Expanse? Yes. I got to like halfway through season 2 and I put it on the back burner to watch some other stuff, and I really need to get back to it. You said you never be doing what you did for Berserk for any other series, but if you did, if you wanted to, what series would it be? I'm not completely against it. It's just one of those of like, man, it takes so much time and takes so much effort. You gotta, you know, and it's quite literally all for not much, because, you know, the whole point is you want to use the soundtrack to enhance everything and really push the hype of it, so you don't get a lot of money in return. It's like, it's one of those of like, yeah, Berserk was a passion of love, so it had to be something on that level. Only thing I can really think of is maybe like, God, I don't even fucking know. Maybe something like a Punisher comic? Like Punisher Max? I don't know. Spaceman Less $2, Die Another Day, best Bond movie, no cap, for real. It has one of the best songs.
I, Nanamo, 17th of my line, have summoned you here. We are graced this day by the presence of a hero to Uldar and dear friend to the crown.
What would your ideal Berserk game look like? My money is on a Telltale interactive movie game. How fucking dare you? It's like, no, like, we have played ideal Berserk game. It's the fucking PS2 one. Give me a PS2 DMC style hack and slash. That's what I want. Punter.
And with that, I bid you enjoy the feast.
Hope you do review Gintama, anime or manga. I do really want to talk about it. I really like Gintama. I'm going through the manga again, and holy shit, I'm forgetting how much I like it. Would you consider going over Metal Gear the way you did Berserk? That would be interesting. Metal Gear is a fucking rabbit hole. Clap her! No!
But Uldar is hardly so bountiful as this meal would have you believe. While we gorge ourselves, children starve in the streets, nor can her grace do aught to help them. She is thwarted at every turn by those on the syndicate who derive their wealth from the workers' poverty.
Keep asking you about Slayers. Yeah, a guy has in fact requested Slayers. Yeah, that'll be a fun one to talk about, because that's just fun, classic 90s fantasy anime.
Serenity, she is aghast at the plight of her subjects. But there will be no hope for the masses until the crown is restored to power.
What film or film series think could work as a TV show? That's actually interesting. There's some obvious ones. Train to Busan could work, but then as soon as I say that, all I can think is, well, that's basically All of Us Are Dead. And All of Us Are Dead's okay. What else?
But there is so much more to do. That light,
Goodfellas could be interesting.
what is it?
You have like a longer term, Goodfellas and Casino, you have like a longer term exploration of how they rise and fall. Because I love mob stories. I think that'd be really cool.
So bright.
Highlander, definitely. Highlander would also be really cool.
By the 12.
Fuck you, Lolly Boy. Berserk returned to a pachinko game with 4K graphics.
Tell me
We did in
truly,
fact go to a pachinko parlor that advertised it had Berserk machines in Japan.
visions of the crystal.
All of Us Are Dead are zombie-human hybrids compared to the Train, which is just peak. Yeah, it's true. Marquis Obscure have $2 if you could direct a Cage movie. What would it be? A Nick Cage one?
Mayhap you put them down to an excess of ether.
An R-rated Ghost Rider movie where he's allowed to go as insane as he wants, because he's a Johnny Blaze that's been the Ghost Rider for so long that he's becoming unstable. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yes, you are like they were.
What if Gut Style Meter was Beast Darkness Meter? If it gets too high, you get a major power boost, but your health would drain. Well, you wouldn't want it to be the Style Meter then, because you would explicitly be trying to avoid combos. It'd be your Devil Trigger. You know, you pop it to get like extra damage, but you can put yourself in a bad position if it runs out at the wrong time.
Allow me to explain. Before you came to Eorzea, there were others like you who fought the primals.
You hear it came out that De Niro's character from Casino was also a federal informant, like his wife, and she didn't even know. Yeah, pretty much everybody by the end of the golden age of the mob, everybody was a fucking federal informant.
When the Guardian Empire threatened the realm, they helped bring together the 3 grand companies.
Beast Darkness would be more like Sin DT. That's what I was thinking, yeah.
And they stood with us at Cartano, that fateful day 5 years ago. The day we lost them.
Man, that sucks, bro.
None who survived have forgotten the hero's sacrifice. Nor would any man deny they fought alongside us. But the names of these heroes come not to our lips. The once familiar pages of their story are now blank to us.
That's why most of the big guys they caught are out now. Yeah, because they just sold out their whole crew. Yeah. Nicolas Cage is a legit comic fan. His Hollywood last name is Cage because he loved Luke Cage. Yeah.
Amid a blinding glare.
Yeah, he really likes comics and really likes video games. Especially, like, he apparently went into a retro game store, asked for, like, an N64, and bought, like, a copy of Bomberman. And, like, the employee posted about it. I was like, dude, it was, like, fucking weird.
We have come to call them the Warriors of Light.
Renfield's a great movie, but like the other movie that he helped write the story for, D&D, it underperformed. Aww.
And of what you might achieve.
I am curious if Miura ever got into Niji Sanji Hololive since they felt like IRL Idolmaster. I don't know, like, he died in, like... He died in 2020, I believe. Give me a sec so I can refresh. Because I'm trying to remember when... Specifically when VTubers became a thing. Like, a big thing. Okay. Yeah, he died May 6, 2021. That's around the time VTubers were starting to get big. He might have known about it. Niji was big in 2016 in Japan. He might have then.
Yours is no ordinary tale. If I am right, the fate of the realm may yet hang upon your deeds.
Some celebs are down to earth. I love the vid of a Mexican dude fanboying about Mel Gibson helping him change a tire. Mel just like, yeah, that is cool. That's always cool.
Only heroes and martyrs are fit to bear such a burden. Let us pray you are the former.
Mel Gibson's one of those where I'm like, man, I hope he gets a career revival soon. He was one of my favorites. I loved a lot of his movies. Cage named his son Kal-El, didn't he? Yeah, because he's a big Superman fan. Are PNG tubers just VTubers, but for Zoomer kids? It's the opposite. VTubers came after PNG tubers. Passion of the Christ 2 is in production. Yeah, it is. It is. And that'll be interesting. But it's like you see a lot of the movies he stars in, and they're like bottom of the barrel fucking trash Redbox shit. It's like, man, he's got to fire his agent, or he's only doing this for the money so he can fund Passion of the Christ 2. They did not come after. Shut up. Fuck.
Victory belongs to the bold. Show those imperial whore sons what we're made of.
I don't know if you played Fear and Hunger. Actually, you really should if you haven't. I think you might love it. A lot of people really like Fear and Hunger. I would definitely want to check it out.
Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
Pirate Lady is really cool.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. Adventurers risk life and limb for our cause.
Last Mel Gibson movie I watched was Bloodfather, which was surprisingly good for a straight DVD release. That one was okay. The one I really liked was Get the Gringo, where he's in jail in Mexico. That's the one I really liked. I thought that one was really cool. Booba Pirates and Cunny Senya. What more could one want?
Is Artemis?
I want to make babies with that dummy mommy. Plap, 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 plap.
No.
Remember Tenma played Fear and Hunger and seemed to walk away less than pleased. From what I hear, it's like, it's pretty rough. Like, it's one of those where RNG can really fuck you over. Gotta thank Robert Downey Jr. for Mel not entirely losing everything he gunned for him to keep getting work after all the shit that happened. That's cool of him. You know, that is cool. Robert Downey is one of those where, like, he just seems like a cool guy. He's always posting on Twitter about, like, going to children's hospitals and helping the kids. Like, dude went through a lot of personal shit. He was a junkie for a while, like a legitimate junkie. But he managed to get his shit together and became a pretty good heavy hitter in the industry. That game needed more gatekeeping. What do you mean? She loved it. Multiple Kino streams. Tenma's a real gamer. Well, yeah, she probably really liked it. I can definitely see it, like, not being, you know, good for someone with anxiety or cardiac issues. Seeing Hero Hay being a trap, I have not paid attention to what he's doing. Please give context.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
He probably Idubs is shitting himself and putting on makeup, so he's doing pretty good right now. What?
There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
Mel was the person who stood by our RDJ when he was going through drug issues, helped him get work when he got clean, wholesome shit. So the two are just legit friends. That's good to know. That's good to know. Difficulty comes from you not knowing how to deal with enemies, not necessarily RNG. Okay, that's interesting then. That is interesting then.
What's going on?
That was the big reason why Darkest Dungeon would piss me off, or just RNG fuck me. It's like knowing that it's not really about RNG, it's about just figuring out what to do. It's like, that changes things. That's interesting.
We cannot hold much longer.
My cat got her claw stuck on my mattress and I had to help pull it out. Haven't heard her yell in pain. I felt bad because I had to be the tiniest bit forceful. Damn, it so hurts hearing that. Yeah. Now she's trying to get all cuddly and I'm worried she has Stockholm Syndrome, where she probably recognized that you helped get her claw out.
Mad Snake! Answer me!
Fear and Hunger, broken glass, and penis. Robert Downey Jr. might be unhinged, but he's one of the nicest people in Hollywood, and that's saying a lot. That is true. That is saying a lot.
Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the Barracudas? Can they not be reached?
If you checked out Ursawa's Monster, figures right up your alley. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Monster's fucking good.
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying.
Hope RDJ is not as unwell as he's been looking lately. As stated, he was a pretty heavy drug user back in the day, so a lot of that could just be catching up to him, and he just looks like
Yes, my
shit.
lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
We must give the order to withdraw. Can play multiple classes or just stick to monk for the story? We'll see how things go.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day.
Did the old man in his middle ages pantaloons just check his Bluetooth headset? Yeah, this has Magitech in it.
To be true. Let us not
You see that
sacrifice
Wit got
lives in
kicked
vain.
off Vinland Saga just to make Suicide Squad. Oh my god. That's fucking
The
depressing.
adventurers fight bravely.
Like, Season 2 of Vinland Saga was so good.
Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
You must reach Dark Knight. You must. I'll do it just for the obligation's sake. Cause like, I already have a Dark Knight character and she is substantially more leveled up. Didn't Mappa do Season 2 of Vinland? Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was Mappa.
And bring up the
Yeah, Wit did season 1, I think.
Damn it. Relay
Yeah, wasn't Wit doing Attack on Titan instead? Or was that also Mappa? Because Mappa was buying up licenses to fucking everybody.
You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit.
Which actor do you detest? It's more about who I don't hate. Yeah, also Mappa. Yeah.
The outcome of this
Oh, they did
battle
Attack on
was
Titan
long
season
since
4. Okay,
decided.
okay. Wit did AOT, then Mappa did season 4. Okay.
Better to retreat now than
Still
risk
waiting for
the
season 2 of Chainsaw Man. That's gonna be one where people will not understand what they lost until season 2 comes out, and they're starting to call. I guarantee you they'll call it the new One Punch Man. It's like, man, season 1 was so good, and then season 2 came out, and I'll be fucking screaming.
presence. Who or what?
Is the anime still dead? It's not dead. They just booted the director, and they're getting somebody else. Because the DVD sales were awful.
We go
Because
to
he did go on interviews and say
Con Luis Suarez.
he had a good point, he just worded it the worst way possible. Where he said, we didn't want to make it like any other anime, we wanted to make it almost like a movie because Fujimoto loves film and it's a big influence on Chainsaw Man. I'm not the biggest fan of Chainsaw Man, but it doesn't deserve the shit it's getting now. Yeah. That was one of those where I'm like, okay, what YouTuber made people think this? Because this is fucking stupid. When they use the term cinematic as a pejorative, that's when I know it's like, you people have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I really don't know what people wanted with Chainsaw Man. I don't either. Why do they call it the restroom? I'm fighting for my fucking life in here. All the manga almost to a T. Yeah, beyond like 1 or 2 moments where you didn't get the Muscle Devil and you didn't get something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was just some character stuff between Denji and Makima. Why do they call it Heaven's Ward? I feel like I'm in hell. Is the same story like Rise's 3 director being mistranslated to sound like he wants modern sensitivity in games? Yeah, kinda, yeah. Because they made it sound like he hated anime and is like, oh, I didn't want to do it like any other anime, even though that's not all what he said. It's like, no, he didn't want it to be like any other anime, where there is like a pretty generic anime template that studios use. It's like, no, he wanted to make it more like a film. That's why you had a lot more unconventional shots and stuff like that. You know, your shit is crazy when you fully take off your pants and shirt fighting demons in there. What did you eat? Ran to a party of Lalafell players yesterday. It was hell. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the room you get. It doesn't matter. To be fair, you have to have a low IQ to truly appreciate Chainsaw Man. I hope Denji and Power have hot steamy sex vibes, so just so the wow, they're just like siblings for real. Comments will stop. How cut up are you in the manga? Sometimes interview articles just fucking lie to the audience, like with Spy Family mangaka, when they made shit up and purposely misinterpret his words. Yeah, they try to make it seem like he hated Spy Family. And he's like, no, it's just the one I didn't expect to get popular. Yeah, Rip Power. Yeah. She was one of my favorites, too. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Yeah, now we're gonna go around and meet the different factions. If I remember right, the max level for a Realm Reborn was 60. Maybe 50. But definitely 60. We'll know we're reaching endgame content when we're at level 60 quests. So right now we're on level 15 quests. They will slowly inch higher and higher. 50. Okay. 50, but didn't the patch increase it to 60? Heaven's Ward bumped it to 60. Okay. Okay. But yeah, now the level limit's like fucking 100, I think. But yeah, level 50 quests / 60 quests, whichever one. Those are going to be the ones that really, you know, that's when we know we're getting to the end. I got spoiled of that death from a fucking soccer meme during last year's FIFA World Cup. Oh god, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta fucking hurt. Level cap is 90 at the end of Endwalker. Would you be willing to do trials or dungeons with viewers? Could be interesting. When we actually get a bit more leveled up, could be fun. Thoughts on stylized but pseudo-realistic art styles? You mean talking like a Hiroya Oku type deal? They can look good. They can look a little uncanny, where it's like, what the hell am I even looking at? But no, I think they can be done well. Thank you, Raban. Now we go to the other starting areas. I was not kidding when I said that Realm Reborn is just a tutorial to show you the fucking world. I offered Loli money and a free tank so they can skip queue times. We don't need it. We don't need it. I don't even think we run a dungeon until like level 20 or 30. In regards to like quests, we are level 23, but that's because we got the big XP thing going. Yeah, road to 80. Space and Last $5. So I finally got around to watching the Mario movie yesterday, and it was alright. Only complaints, I wish I kept the music to game music remix. Yeah, but they're always gonna have their licensed tracks. Level 14 is when you start dungeons. Okay. And I don't even know if like main story stuff will even cover a lot of that. Can we get some Yanks weed in chat? No one knows who you are. I miss the dead 40-50 run where you have fate your way. Pantalala fell. Woodbridge Rosie, like the rabbit she is. This is post-nut clarity. We don't even have the Skippy outfit. I do want to get glamours. I might look around to see if there's like a quest or a way to buy glamours, because I want to see how she looks with a Squall outfit on. I'll take about the Mario movie. Not everyone agrees with. Peach should have been kidnapped. Bowser's funny, but he always plays off best when paired with Peach. Would give Luigi things to do. Well, I know they based Peach off the 90s comics where she's like crazy. Because everyone kept going like, oh, well, they made her girl boss, and people that watched me were like, no, it's not like that at all. Just put it on. That is true. We could just put it on. But if I was gonna put it on, I was just gonna wear it. That is Cloud, Tantalus. Here, there it is. One thing I found out, apparently the voice actor for Clive is like a huge Final Fantasy fan, and his favorite is 8. He really, really, really likes Final Fantasy 8. So if you're a big Final Fantasy 8 fan, there you go. You've reached peak. Take it off. Is that Squall's jacket? Yeah, it's a gift because I renewed my subscription. They give you, or it might just be a gift going around, but they give you legacy outfits. Kind of based. Good for him. Squall. Recently rewatched Chainsaw Man with a dub. I fucking love Chainsaw Man. I only like the sub. I have reached peak then. Yeah. Hear about the new Blade Runner game that's apparently coming out? I am definitely curious. I want to see. I want to see what they're going to do. Is it going to be like a full-blown Blade Runner game where you can walk around? Or is it going to be more of like a... Is it going to be more of kind of like a point-and-click, kind of like what the 90s one was? Hope he wasn't abandoned by his dad and his only memento was a leather jacket. So there we go. Now we're in proper light. Does not look bad. Actually, pretty good. You enjoy the end to Witch from Mercury? I do like all the people that are bitching and going like, man, it's one of the worst Gundams ever. It's like, it really isn't. It's fine. It's gonna be a Blade Runner with black female protag. I see. So, serious potential for a fuck-up. I just realized the earrings are hanging off the ears. That's funny. Have you ever played Darkwood? I have. I will eventually make a video on Darkwood, I swear to God. Yeah, G-Reco exists. Exactly. It's like, no, there's a million worse Gundams out there. It's just a lot of people's first ones because it's the big one that came out. Alright, yeah, we gotta go. Wish finally ended. Was it a sad ending? No, it was kind of a... Not a complete happy one, but, you know, characters that honestly should have died got to live. And they're like, no, we get rid of the Gundams. We don't need the Gundams. They're the problem. You know, that kind of shit. Thunderbolt Gundam or bust. Loli, you want Griffith super dead? Feels like you're gonna, like, demand my credit card information. It's like, kids, if you want to kill Griffith, just enter the funny little digits on the back of your card. I've only been begging you to do a dark review for months. I know. I got a lot of shit I'm getting through. Man would still watch. Yeah, I liked it. I understand that some people are like, I just don't really care for it. It's all just spectacle. You know, where the best criticism I've heard about it is the only thing that really matters is the animation. Anything else is just kind of meh. It's like, I like Soletta. I like her a lot as a character and a protagonist. I thought she was really cute. I like the conflict with her mom and how that all ties into everything. The actual main plot where it's just this mad scientist that's like, I want to bring my daughter back from the dead. That was cool. The actual politics was all meh, Mox Next. Where it's like, it's just evil corporations backstabbing each other, being evil. But yeah, I can definitely see. Feel like we need 25 more episodes to flesh everything out. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like everyone's so used to. Oh, I tapped my PC there. Everyone's so used to like Iron Blooded Orphans, where that had like 50 episodes. Like every Gundam has like 30 episodes at least, and Witch only had like 24. I can definitely see where people are like, yeah, it feels really rushed. It's like, you're not completely wrong. Gundam suffers from genre fiction, basically trope recycling. It can. It definitely can. That was a big problem with Seed, where everything was so fucking cliched. Jesus Christ, that shit with Yamato can't don't even keep up with One Piece, but damn. Yeah. Where do you start if you're new to Gundam? Literally just pick one. Basically, most all of them are self-contained. I think there's like one or two exceptions. I don't even remember what they are. It might be like sequels to the original 70s series. But you have Witch from Mercury, which just came out. It's 24 episodes. You have Gundam Hathaway, which is just a movie. It's like 90 minutes. You can check that out. That's one I still need to watch. My brother says that one's incredible. So. Oh god, see adults reused anime scenes. Yeah. Red Frame is about the only thing I liked about Seed. It was cool. Iron Blood. A lot of people liked Iron Blood. A lot of people treat Iron Blood as a good opener. To me, Iron Blood, though, you'll appreciate it a lot more if you have watched a few others. Not that you need to like understand what's going on, just that you'll appreciate it more. Because then when season 2 happens, you're like, oh shit, you know, this is why they don't win, you know. Double O is good modern. That is a good one, yeah. UC is its own thing, which is like 40% of Gundam, everything else is self-contained. Yeah, basically. Ooh, now we get the really cool people. You haven't watched Hathaway? I keep meaning to, but I keep forgetting. I love the Empire in this. The Empire's so fucking cool. And suddenly, Star Wars.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Agrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours.
So fucking cool.
So we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price.
Them cutscenes from 1.0.
Flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest.
Yeah. So fucking cool. I really like the Empire in this. They're such a fun bad guy. They're just evil and they love it. Favorite classic monster movie villain? Gotta go with Dracula. I'll agree. I like Dracula a lot.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods.
What's your favorite Ace Combat game in the series? 7 was really cool, but I think I could give it to 4. I put a lot of time into 4.
Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp.
Final Fantasy seems so confusing to me. It's really not. You think it is because it has like 16 games, but it's not.
For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it.
0 hands down is the best Ace Combat. I don't think I've played that one.
And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity.
Was that Darth Vader? Darth Vader, but he is a raging Reddit atheist. He refuses to accept a world where gods are there because he did not give gods permission to live.
It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
How do we go from medieval magic shit to space Star Wars? Because this is the Garlean Empire. This is Magitech. They are substantially advanced.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Do you not get the notice that this Final Fantasy gods are a thing, dude? No, he knows they're a thing. He just doesn't want them. Like, he makes it his mission to either kill them or enslave them. Guys is such a wonderful character arc. He's so fucking cool.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Stop resisting. I'm trying to save you from the gods without your consent. Oh, he won't even word it like that. It's like, you're a fucking backwards savage that puts your faith in gods. Fuck you. TLDR, they're genetically incapable of using magic and develop science to fix that weakness. Yeah.
Hey, what hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
To be fair, most of the gods in 14 are legit just evil. They really are.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Carteneau. What could the legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
Which guy's your favorite? Darth guys, Lone Wolf guys, or Daddy guys? I'm not far enough into the expansions to know like how it all plays out fully, but I fucking love Darth Gaius. He is just such a dick.
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
Can he be a furry in 14? Yes. Sadly. This guy is really fucking cool.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Happy Dingo at $5. Suplo just found out about Hasbro's Pride merch sales partially going to a youth pride organization. Can Hasbro be boycotted or are we screwed? I just don't buy it. I just don't buy their stuff.
My lord.
He comes even more badass than Shadowbringers. I keep hearing Shadowbringers is fucking awesome. So I need to get through Stormblood.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume.
Nero's based as hell. He is.
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate.
You see Mori did the theme for the next One Piece movie? Huh. That'll be
I
cool.
assure you, Frumentarium sees all.
Yep. Just walked up, accused the dude of being a spy, and executes him. It's fucking cool.
Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
He's doing like a song and a mini concert. I mean, from what I understand, she's actually pretty popular over in Japan. So that makes sense. Mori did music in Jujutsu Kaisen too. Huh.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Isn't that Nero Sword from DMC? Slash Squall Sword, you know, the gun blade. You know, you can rev it. I think you can actually shoot it. Never gonna get into Warhammer? I know a little bit about Warhammer stuff. I like Total Warhammer. I like Dawn of War and all that. I keep saying over and over again, Warhammer fans make me hate it to fuck with them. But no, there's parts of it I like. There's parts of it I think is really cool. Is it a gunblade from FF8? It's not like as ridiculous as Squall's is, but yeah, same principle. Gunblade class is a lot of fun. Red Queen is better than Rebellion or Yamato. Or, yeah. I think it's a lot of fun. Nero's playstyle is like, it's so simple, but there's so much you can do with it. I like it a lot. Like DMC4 Nero, there's so much stuff you can do with him. It's nuts. What game are you playing this weekend? This weekend's up for debate to begin with, because I'm going to Gatlinburg, so... Yeah, my family insists on a trip, and I'm just like, it hasn't even been a month since I got back from Japan, for fuck's sake. But, you know, I get to sit in a cabin and sit in a hot tub. I think that'll be fun. Rat boys, beat the fuck out of your cringe vamp lords, cringe bisexuals. My vamp lords were so fucking cool, they had to nerf them in 3, so fuck you, rat man. All the best classes get nerfs. The idea of playing as a deadbeat dad appeals to me. Yeah, Virgil has that charm. Gunbreaker is like OG Warrior. Huh. I'll try it out. I've not played Gunbreaker. I love Gatlinburg. Yeah, it's really cool. What about Shota's solo stream? I was gonna talk to him and see about if we can do it like Friday or something like that. I just have to figure out what day I'm leaving.
Enter.
Rat Boys got nerfed back in the day. The Warpstone nuke was too strong. In general, they love dealing out those fucking nerfs. Like, the whole appeal of the vampires...
Merchants send an adventurer to speak for them.
But Yeah, the whole appeal of the vampires is that you could get a whole bunch of disposable units for dirt cheap and just throw them at the enemy to distract them while your heroes actually did things. Because it was a hero-focused class. Friday, so tonight, I don't know. And it's Thursday for me, fucker. Oh, hell, Admiral Huge Tits.
I bid you welcome. I am Melve Bluefisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom.
Yeah, like a dragon guidance so close. That would be a lot of fun.
Now, what news from Thanalan?
I got a Warhammer story called Gotrek and Felix. Psychopathic dwarf wants to kill himself in battle, but is way too OP. Felix is his human sidekick. Super good series. Huh. Salute the commanding rack. Plap the cleavage. Her tits are little compared to most of the cast of High School DxD. It's not about the size of the tits, it's about the air of fucking a military commander. Are we ever getting Vampire the Masquerade? At this point, it's better we don't. Like, 2 has so many problems. They fired the fucking writing staff, rehired them, fired them. Like, nothing about Vampire the Masquerade 2 looks good. Does she have sideburns? Kinda-ish. She has not mutton chops. You'll see them when you see her face. It's more of like her hair stretches down both past and front of her ear and behind it. So they see Young Yeo's performance for Kiryu do legit sounds like Wesker. Yeah. He just doesn't fit as Kiryu. It's like, I think he just got miscast. Big titty goth vampire GF. She's not vampire or goth. She's just military commander. She's a pirate. We're getting a stream. We getting that much needed Yakuza Dead Souls stream. If we can find a copy, like fuck's sake, it's impossible to find one anywhere. And then we gotta like set up a way to play it. Like that'll be an interesting one. Just grit your teeth while speaking, and you sound tough as fuck, bro. Chat projecting their fetishes as usual. No, not even. 14 has a lot of very tall women. It's not chat's fault, it's just shoved in their face. Did Young Yaz Poochie really sell himself that much on a match? Some people liked it. Some people said he did a good job. I don't watch JoJo in dub, so if you need my rule on dub, it's like I can name 5 that I like, and I might be misremembering 2 of them. Young RDST Bloom Syndrome sounds the same in all roles. Yeah. Now we go back to the airship landing. Baccano in 7 days make me think Mafia anime work as well as dubs. Well, it's about who you cast. A lot of those, Hellsing Ultimatus is a really good cast. They tend to cast pretty legit professionals. The problem with a lot of the anime dub casts that you see that are really disposable is they just get the same 5 people over and over again, and they know they got the role, so They get lazy. They're like, no point in trying, no point in actually giving a fuck. So, find the uninstaller for Lofo. If it's set in Japan, dub is only for old anime from 90s to 2000s. That I'll agree with. Gangsta's pretty good dub cast. I didn't watch the dub of that. I watched the sub. But yeah, you have Samurai Champloo as a really good dub. Cowboy Bebop has a good dub. Berserk movies. I'll lump the 97 anime in there too, even if it's not particularly that good, just because same actors as in the movie, so you can tell they do a good job anyway. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood had a pretty good dub. Irishman really likes the dub for Hajime no Ippo. It's not a bad one. The guy who plays Takamura is actually pretty good at embodying, you know, the kind of Giga Chad dumbass vibe Takamura is supposed to have. But I like Ippo a little bit more in sub. Trigun had a good dub. Trigun did have a good dub. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. That one's also good. The chick who voices the Major does a great job. Present Raban's missive. Yeah, we gotta go to the fucking elf convention. Dub for part 6 is legit pretty good. To me, like, watching JoJo in dub just feels so, like, no, you're not supposed to do that. It's like the fun is the broken English. It's like trying to watch part 2 in dub. It's like, you're skipping over so many funny parts, though. You know, the best dub was Ghost Stories, which is the best thing about it. It is until you read about the actual true story behind it, where the director legit kind of fucked it over and painted a completely different picture than what was real. Where it wants you to think, like, oh, it was some failed kid show in Japan, no one gave a fuck about it. Then you look into it, and some episodes were beating Dragon Ball Z in regards to ratings. It's like, holy fuck. Kind of sleazy. Yeah, listen, Dio in Japanese is best, can't go back. Fucking Dio, Stroheim, fucking, the guy who plays Joseph in part 2 is Gintoki. How am I supposed to watch dub? How am I supposed to watch dub when my fucking nigga is there? It's like, you know, fuck, man. Don't put me in that position. Oh yeah, we gotta tune to the Aether Crystal. High School of the Dead dub, I remember being kind of good. That's another one. I never watched the dub. I only checked out the sub. I watched the fucking sub of Panty and Stocking, if you need to know how fucking diehard I am about this. I will read my way through the fucking show. Gurren Lagann, that one's also pretty good. Panty and Stocking, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Space Dandy. Space Dandy's another one. That one's good. Dragon Ball, as much as I hate the fucking pointless script changes. Yeah. Ghost in the Shell, Kill la Kill. I've never seen the dub of Kill la Kill. I was being facetious about the Ghost Stories dub narrative. It being a flop is bullshit when you know the book it's based off of won awards. Yeah.
Please.
I watched the sub for Panty and Stocking, but the dub for Gurren. I did watch Gurren in dub. That one's one I watched all the way through. And I liked it. You know, Yuri Lowenthal as Simon was pretty good. And no, I'm not going to call him Simone. His name is fucking Simon.
I am Khan-e Senna.
Part 1 and 2's dub is legit garbage. It's really not good. And as stated, I don't give a fuck what people say. I don't give a fuck if it's like part 2 is the worst. Gintoki is Joseph. There you go. Argument settled. Fuck you. Gintama is Peak.
I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
It's Simone. I'm kind of digging the Squall outfit. I like it a lot. Not even Johnny and Patrick could say part 1's dub. They tried. They really did. Having the, like, you know, addressing the fact their English was a good idea. The problem is, it's like, you're already removing so much personality from it. Hearing young Joseph's son's voice hurts with how British they made his accent made my ears bleed. Yeah. His playing of Shokin Kaguru is top Kino. English dub of Ryoko sounds even older. Are you talking about Kill la Kill? Yeah. That's another thing where it's like, you know, the character's meant to sound like a 16-year-old girl or something like that, and they get like a 40-year-old woman to voice her. It's like, you can just tell. You can just tell. Yeah, welcome to the worst starting area in the game that they will make you come back to constantly. Because this fucking mage lady is that fucking important. You have any movies that are considered masterpieces but you find to just be mid or bad? The obvious one is a lot of Zack Snyder stuff. I'm not a big fan of his movies. Beyond that, I actually need to think about that. Something that's a masterpiece, but I don't like. I really don't know. That's hard. The guy who plays Joseph in Part 2 Jap is just so fucking smug he sells for me. Yeah, because, as stated, he's actually a pretty good, pretty famous Japanese comedian who voices the protagonist of Gintama, Gintoki, which is a really popular comedy, action comedy manga. And the anime is, like, fucking funny. To the point of they would have anime-only episodes just so the cast can riff on each other and banter back and forth. And some of those episodes are the funniest of the whole fucking show. There is one where Gintoki gets sleep paralysis, and he's laying in bed all day, and the end joke is the animators didn't want to make a full episode, so it's just Gintoki screaming at himself that he needs to get up and actually do the fucking show. They're gonna get canceled. By the way, rip Joseph Joestar Jap VA. No, he's still alive. As stated, he's a pretty popular dude. Onsho Izuzuka? Is he fucking dead? There's no way. I think you guys are thinking of somebody else. Yeah, I think you guys are thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of old Joseph. Yeah, you're thinking of old Joseph. Part 3 Joseph. I'm talking about Part 2 Joseph, when he's young. Oh yeah, we got a little minion. What do you think of Walk Among the Tombstones, Liam Neeson? It was okay. I like the idea of it. The mafia trying to take out, like, serial killers that are fucking with them. I think that's actually a really cool concept. But the movie itself was just kind of Liam-sploitation, where it's like, look, Liam Neeson's in it. It's like, okay. And? Yeah, old Joseph. Yeah. As to young Joseph is still alive. Because they're doing new Gintama stuff and he's coming back for it. They're doing Shinpachi Sensei, or... Is it Shinpachi Sensei? No, Shinpachi Sensei was the after credits thing where it's the fucking... No, Shinpachi's his buddy. No, it's fucking Gintoki Sensei. I'll get the fucking name right eventually. God damn it. Alright. Gonna get these Aethernets. I should have attuned to the crystal when we went to the fucking pirate place, but I forgot. Hathaway is a movie you gotta have a lot of universal century context from the OG to Char's counterattack. I heard the opposite. I heard you can go into Hathaway without too much context. I know a lot of that, so I won't be too confused, but I just heard the opposite, so... Maybe it's one of those where, you know, it's like, oh, no, you don't need that much, and somebody's been watching it for, like, 40 fucking years, you know what I mean? Playing Ishin, I just keep comparing the Shinsengumi to the Gintama versions. Yeah. Yeah. When you gonna run into a dude who's addicted to smoking and a dude with a rocket launcher? Who's pissed off he wants to fuck his sister? The sad part is the reveal to that is, like, genuinely kind of sad. Where they make such a joke out of the fact his buddy wants to kill Hijikata. And you're like, oh, it's just a funny little goofy thing. And then it gets to the backstory dump, and it's like, you fucking abandoned my sister. She was dying, you piece of shit. And it's like, oh. Oh, okay, it was like that. Gintama's always like that, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been reading through the manga again recently, and I fucking love it. Getoki Isekai and other anime. Well, I stated, there's a fucking joke chapter. You know, there's a lot of joke chapters that start off as like just a goofy thing. But Hijikata had to quit smoking because the Shinsengumi banned smoking. And he's like a horrible addict. He smokes like fucking cartons a day. So he's like losing his mind, and he's going to like planets specifically that allow smoking. Entire fucking planets. And one of the ones he goes to is being attacked by a parody of Frieza. So he has to help a parody of Goku kill Frieza. And when he's done, he's like, I just want to fucking smoke. Joke when they can they can reveal them fucked up backstories. Yeah. Some of them are jokes, some of them are actually meant to be like pretty sad. Like anytime Gintoki gets a backstory dump, it's legitimately like, holy shit. I remember that one. That was back in 2014 season. Yeah, that was handling the live action movie also covered it, but I don't think they covered the full extent of that. Just the Shinsengumi banning smoking. Anybody read JoJo Part 9 so far? I'm waiting on it to build up some more chapters, kind of like what I did with Part 8. Young Joseph carries Part 2, honestly. He really does. Hard for a mangaka not to be a smoker. Yep. Alright. That's all of our big dumb crystals. It's not even all of our big dumb crystals. God damn it. I love the anime only joke about animes having not to catch up to the source material, the final punchline being that helped us waste some time. Yeah, I love that. Some of the anime only episodes are legit really funny. Like when they're talking about how the ratings are dropping, so they're trying to pitch Gintama as like different genres, and everyone's just trying to make it about them. That was funny as fuck. If one can wait through Berserk's multiple hiatuses, they can wait for Part 9 chapters. Exactly. At least you know Part 9 chapters are coming. I want to get into Gintama, at the same time, it just never seemed appealing to me. It can be kind of slow, especially if you watch the anime. If you watch the anime, it can take a fucking while for it to get its groove. Because it has to bring everybody in, you get some of the weaker joke chapters. But once you hit that stride and you get to like the really funny ones, you'll be hooked. I think the one that really latches on and will be the moment where you are laughing is the Panty Thief. When you get to the Panty Thief, if you're not already into the anime, you just might not be into it. But that fucking episode, oh, I swear to God, first time I saw it, I was crying laughing. I love the CyberConnect meme of taking jobs to support their furry passion, and only after last week then I get sold on it. It's crazy the anime started with a filler arc. Yeah, it was a backstory to like... It was the fucking backstory to a dude that shows up in a single panel as a joke. That was literally the whole first episode. They even addressed the fact of like, this has nothing to do with anything. We are trying to make up something for the fucking premiere. Now we go back to the landing ship. I do like they flat out brought back Kishibe. Yeah, that was pretty dope. Because I know in Part 9, fucking Rohan came back. Thoughts on the anime community ripping Rent-a-Girlfriend apart? It kind of deserves it, because, like, it does get a little, like, holy shit, the main author's losing his fucking shit. The fact the anime is still going strong, though, it's like, man. 14 Pog. Yeah. It's a very good game. I like 14 a lot. Like the implications Rohan has to be the same in all universes. Yeah, he's totally not Araki self-insert, but that's the part that kind of makes me love him. Because even if he is the self-insert, he gets his fucking shit beat in. Here we go to Limsa Lominissa. You guys talking about Rent-A-Girlfriend? What's the story? The story of Rent-A-Girlfriend is a guy rents a girlfriend. It's an actual service in Japan where you basically pay a girl to go on a date with you. It's not full-blown prostitution, but it easily leads into prostitution. And that's basically it. He has to pretend he has a real girlfriend to his family, and she's just in it for the money. Resistance for $20. Hey, Lolly, got back from date night. Something I've always wanted to ask is what made you put certain songs over certain scenes of Berserk Saga video, like Low Roar or Mandy OST? It's not funny how well it matches up. Because I listen to the songs when I read the manga, and I'm like, this is Kino. This is peak. Basically, like, if I enjoy my Spotify playlist, if I enjoy my Spotify playlist, you're all enjoying my Spotify playlist. It's in the name, touch but don't taste, no kissing on the lips. Exactly. It's like, the whole point of it is they are starting to fall in love despite the fact they're not supposed to do that. And then it quickly turned into, oh no, the main guy is actually kind of like mentally unstable though. The biggest, most pathetic loser in all of anime rents a girlfriend, fantasizes about being cucked by her. Also, the author loves his own characters. Yeah, I mean, there's respecting your characters, and then there's taking an actual dakimakura of a character you made out on a date in public. You do have good taste in music. Thank you. And like my big rule for a lot of the music in Berserk Saga is it can't just be Doom soundtrack. It can't just be here's meme music you all hear. It's like, no, it actually had to be like, it actually had to legitimately sell it and be epic. Have him away, whore. Ah, okay. That would explain it. I thought I did that to troll at first, but then I did some digging. He was like, oh shit, the author lost his mind. Yeah, I think he actually, like, unironically went through a divorce. Would you have Wasp do songs for Berserk? I would definitely license songs for Berserk. It's like, maybe get, like, an orchestral version of the horror that plays during the Rosine fight. I think that'd be fucking phenomenal. The acoustic version of Hollow Ground during the Hill of Swords fight. There are scenes where I'd unironically be like, no, if I was put in charge of a Berserk anime, you are listening to Wasp. When Shrike is trying to get Guts, you know, out of the Berserker armor for the first time, sleeping in the fire. It's like, unironically, it's be like, no, I'd put that there. You can't fucking stop me. Gintama should imagine your entire comedy depending on references of other Shonen Jump manga and toilet humor. To be fair, you have to have a high IQ, and you do not. You are small brain. Small pee-pee brain. I think the best songs you put into Berserk is the Dead Man Shoe soundtrack for the somber moments. It fucking hits me. Yeah, I liked all the more somber, slow stuff I put in Part 4. Because Part 4 is the more, like, somber moment, where it's the slow-paced one. So, yeah, I think Part 4 has a lot of the really good music. Part 3 got fucked copyright-wise, and that's why you hear Help Me Faith from Far Cry 5 for, like, 30 minutes straight. Because that's the only song I could fucking use that wouldn't get the video blocked. That one pissed me off so bad. Hollow Ground's a banger. It is. It's so fucking good. I always thought Breakcore fit better over fight scenes Berserk around like Part 3 when Guts puts on Berserk armor. And to me, if it's Berserk, it is 80s to 90s action, sign-in manga, dark fantasy. It has to be epic. It has to be grand. Obviously some heavy metal influence, you know, stuff like that. And then, you know, during slow, sad parts, get a bit more introspective, get music like that, you know. There were specific tones I wanted to hit with it. Man girl, based on his wife, then they divorced. Oh, God. I'm really sad for the Rent-A-Girlfriend author. I'm really fucking sad. What was originally in Berserk Part 3 instead of the Far Cry? There were a few songs. Resistance $5. My favorite is the Children of the New Dawn over the There Is No Paradise scene. Really drives home the end of Jill's arc. You did that scene well done. Yeah. I mean, the title was literally Children of the New Dawn. I just thought this, like, I'd be stupid not to use it. But yeah, there was some other songs. Specifically that fight scene. I used Gojira. I used some Gojira songs. When they're actually fighting. Actually, there was a few other songs. For one, I had Crucify Your Mind by Rodriguez. Because that's a song with some religious imagery that's about a woman that was trying to justify her being a prostitute. And I thought that fit with Farnese, where it's like, you know, the religious angle, but in the same vein, she's a degenerate pervert. It's like, just makes sense. Then you also had Estee Gojira. You had a few Gojira songs, actually. And those all get blocked, like, instant. Gojira is one of those where if it doesn't like you, you have to hear about it. And it makes me sad because the first one, God, it's been so long. I don't remember. I think it was Stranded. I think I put Stranded over the actual fight scene where he's killing the Holy Iron Chain Knights, and then it slows down. You have Crucify Your Mind. Help Me Faith was in there, but it wasn't as extensive. And then when you get to the dogs, where Guts and Farnese are at the cliffside and they're fighting the dogs, you had Another World by Gojira, because it was literally another world, you know. I started watching Ascendance of a Bookworm, enjoyed it more than expected, already on Season 1, Episode 14. That's one of those isekai where I stated, it takes a gimmick and runs with it, where it's little girl want to read book, and it goes through, like, all the different scenarios of, like, medieval peasant girl want to read book. Ichiro Oda says it's okay to jerk off to One Piece. He's giving you the pass. See Ricada being an absolute retard, having Pippa say she dodged Bullet but not being allowed to interview him. Yeah, he's pissy because his buddy Camelot was the one that did the whole, like, oh, here's totally not a pic of Pippa, and that caused a whole freak out where people are like, hey, don't dox her, and it caused a bunch of chaos. From what I understand, that's what happened. Horsey with crazy. Yeah, rape horse. Yeah. Finally bit the bullet on Berserk because of Slaughter to Prevail. Yeah. Yeah, copyright for using Death Stranding music. It sucks dick. Not Death Stranding. Death Stranding was fine. It was specifically it was Nina Simone, because I used some of her songs because I just thought that fit in some parts. Also, what else? There are a few other songs. It's been so long since that. I'd have to go back and look through all the shit that blocked Part 3. Specifically blocked. I mean, they get claims because, I mean, they are copyright songs, and that's never been the issue. I didn't give a shit about that. I was like, no, I just want cool manga video. No, I'm talking specifically about the stuff that blocks it. Yeah. Mangaka cannot resist incest and cuckoldry. Only the crazy ones. Racket started shitting on PC, and Fishman and Pippa is super loyal to PC. Well, yeah, I mean, they literally changed her life, so... It's one of those of like, you don't gotta blow it up anything more than just, that happened, that sucks. You ever watch the Madness Combat series? God, that fucking takes me back. It's like, yeah, fucking Madness Combat Evolved, all that shit. Like, Jesus. I remember those shorts. I remember the age when you would just look up Stickman fights on YouTube and it'd be the most well-animated shit you'd ever see. What game do you get really autistic about? There's this for one. I'm trying to think of what else. I really like Yakuza. I will talk somebody's ear off about Yakuza all fucking day. Crazy ones like the one for My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. Actually, No, he wasn't the one that ruined it. But yeah, fucking the author of Iromanga Sensei actually ruined his relationship with his real-life sister because of his manga. All men must aspire to be Kiryu. They really should. Yakuza is the one where, like, whenever a new game came out, up till, I think, around Judgment, I would go through the entire fucking series, and I would love it each time. Oh, yeah. I was trying to figure out, like, what's everyone freaking out about? And I just remembered, oh, yeah, I just told you all that, like, Manga Sensei dude ruined his relationship with his sister. I completely forgot I just said that. There we go. It's not incest, guys. It's reincarnated. Yeah, no, I still think Oshinoko is not going to go full incest. I think it's just teasing the idea of it. So thankful I got into Yakuza, since not only it got me into the series and JRPGs, but also massive influence in my writing. Yeah, Yakuza's fucking awesome. I fucking love that series. Oh god, Chad, I got my Crystal Data Center cooties. At least for the My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute thing, we got a VN to give me my Kuroneko ending. The fucking ending we deserve. Aqua literally refused to breastfeed from I think he'll refuse Ruby. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think he'll... I think it's a thing where, once again, it's pointing out that, like, your form of affection is not okay. Or she is just joking and is going to remind him of it. You know, it's like, I don't think it's going to go full incest. Because the whole point of the series is how affection and love, quote-unquote, can be taken to the worst directions possible. Oshinoko, this is the only way to bring my mom back. Now take off your pants. Okay. Speak with Vilmepa, which is there. Okay. I say we just warp. The author retweeting Ruby X Aqua shit's 1,000% troll. Yeah, I think he's very self-aware about what he's doing, and he knows how it looks, and it's like, haha, you all fell for it. Like, people are pointing to the Amaterasu thing. It's like, oh my god, it's been foreshadowed this whole time. It's like, I don't think it is. I think he's just fucking with people. And Oremo, you can see in real time where he becomes the villain, severing every tie with their friends and for nothing because they only do it for a summer. Yeah. That was another one where I'm like, man, you picked the worst road possible, and damn it. It's what I talk about when I bring it up in fucking harem shit. It's like, the girls I like never win. It's always like, oh no, I'm gonna get with main girl, and the only reason main girl gets to win is because she got here first. It's like, fuck you. You're giving Akasaka too much credit. I thought I could jump down there, but I can't. So we gotta find stairs. There we go. Fuck it. Take the lift. Or well, here. Yeah, stairs back there. Okay. Imagine Christian coming back to his Twitter by grandiosely saying, I respect Aqua's decision. And then Guts will cover the Dragon Slayer with Bayless as a way to kill Griffith. I have no idea how the fuck he plans to kill Griffith. Only thing I can think of is the Beast of Darkness knows something. And the only reason he would even know something is if it just full-blown became a demon. All harems win. Watch all of DXD, trust me. Yeah, I know DXD is another case of, like, every girl wins, but that's one of those where I'm like, I kind of don't want every girl to win, though. I want him to pick his one girl and stick with her. All girls win always feels like cowardice to me. It's like, oh, you're so scared of pissing somebody off, so you just go with, no, every girl wins. You know, everyone gets their happy ending. It's like, fuck you, commit. Don't be a coward. Hey. Speak with seasoned adventurer, Hall of Novice. Yeah. We gotta take a boat. Should be here. You can't predict the ending of Burke Lolly. He's tried and failed a lot. I really have. Do Berserk's credit. Every time I think I know where it's going, it pulls something new. At least with first girl he chooses one. That is true. It's just never the one I like. It's like, damn, I'm never happy. Okay, this might actually be a dungeon, so. What do you think about Suicide Squad anime as an apology for everyone, anyone who watches The Flash? But unlimited puss puss. I desire not unlimited puss puss. Alright. Okay, this is not a dungeon, it's still a Hall of an Adventurer. But pretty soon it's gonna be a full-blown dungeon. I remember this area. I think this is actually where I started running into dungeons. This is your first playthrough? No, it is not. I have a another character that is substantially more leveled up. I just don't remember a lot of A Realm Reborn. It kind of, like, you know, hazes by. Space in the last $5. Best Girl 1 in Quintessential Quintuplets. All hail Sporty Tomboy Queen Yatsuba. Yeah, I hear Quintuplets is fun. It's me, Heister. I'm a warrior. No. Yeah, okay, I was right. Yeah. This is where you actually get a dungeon for the first time. Nino is good. Nino is best girl. So yeah, I stayed. This is where you actually start running into dungeons. I already know how to do all this. Fuck off. Yeah, basically you will have your role, play it out, and it's like it's a dungeon raid. We are going to do just NPCs because I'm not comfortable enough with a DPS class to, you know, want other people to rely on me. We're beginning Payday 3. I want to see how it launches first. Is 80 the max level in this game, or is it just a random number you choose for these streams? Road to 80 is just where... 80 is where you get the double XP bonus to stop, and it used to be a max level. Now it's up to like 90 or so. But by the time you get to 80, you've seen like majority of the content in the game. And I call it Road to 80 because the buff is the Road to 80. So it's kind of a joke. Okay. Fuck it up. Oh god, I'm not used to not being the guy to deal damage. 80's max for Shadowbringers, 90's current max level. Yeah, it was something like that, yeah. And that is a thing where dungeons will limit your level. Where I'm like, now I'm level 18. It'll limit your stats in your level, so you can't like glide through it. You can only do it if you run a desynced, but you know, I just wanted to show you because this is an NPC one. You have to do NPC ones when it tells you to, I think. If it just says clear it and it doesn't give you like any kind of requirement on that, you can run a desync. People do it all the time because the queues can get fucking long. Don't want backseat, but put on your dungeon gear. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? You just reminded me. This isn't glamored. I was like, no, but my drip, though. There we go. That's better. that's just a note. And you lose skills, which is very sad. It's especially sad if you, like, set up a macro or something to where it's like, no, but I just set that up. That's so fucking cool, though. I want to try it. And you can't try it. There we go. Resistance $5. Could the Beast Darkness know more about blood memories of Skull Knight than Guts? Hasn't seen, possibly remember. It is a possibility. I mean, it was living in the armor. It might actually know a hell of a lot more. Bunny. Yeah. Alright. So we're still not doing amazing damage, but it's fine. Because, you know, we're doing our job. They're beating the ass of the tank. But no XP. Yeah, you can do it desynced. Yeah. You don't have to clear it with NPCs to unlock it. What I mean is, like, you know when you get, like, the patch quests and it tells you, hey, run this dungeon, and it doesn't tell you to do it with NPCs? You can do that desynced. People do it all the time because the queues get long and annoying. But yeah, it won't give you XP. But by the time you get to those quests, you don't really need XP anyway. Because it's like you're kind of already max level for the level of content that it thinks you're at. Like, endgame Rel Reborn, you don't get a lot of XP from quests because it assumes, like, well, you've already reached the end, why would we give you any more? You know, that kind of shit. Then you start Heaven's Ward, and you start jumping up in levels, and then you get to the end of Heaven's Ward, and it's like, well, why would we give you XP? You're not really up there. And then you get to the beginning of Stormblood. Stormblood starts giving you more. It's like, yeah, it's stuff like that. Oh, God. Guts full developed a different person inside of his brain. Damn. Yeah. Full-blown. He has a full-blown imaginary friend, and it tells him to kill things. That's why I don't like the idea people have of it manifesting, and it's like a demon that possessed him. It's like, I don't like that. I like the idea that it is something that just came from his broken, fractured head. You know what I mean? Like, having it just be, like, something he has to deal with personally is much more compelling. Fuck it up. Guts is literally me. Even though Yatsuba got the animated ending, technically all 5 quintuplets have their own ending with the MC and the manga, so in the end, everyone wins. Yeah, that to me is the good way to do it, where you have the different endings and you see each one instead of it just being, oh, everyone wins. It's like you just see each scenario play out. It's like, that works. It's kind of like a visual novel path where you go down the one route, and if you want, you can go back and try other routes. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Beast of Darkness being Guts before Conviction works so much better. Yeah, where it's like all the what Guts used to be, and now he's trying to change. He's fighting himself. Yeah, that works. It's an internal struggle, you know? People tend to try to make shit a little too grandiose in that regard. They're like, no, it has to be like a demon or this and that. It's like, it's so big it loses impact, you know? Imaginary friend's such a gay concept. I call it that, like, facetiously, but it's like a hallucinatory entity, I guess you could say. Guts got a bad emotional support dog. The worst emotional support dog. Didn't he first see the Beast before the eclipse, or did he only see Skull Knight? No, you had flashes. Whenever Guts would do like his eye would glow white and he would be in black type thing, there would be flashes, and you would see kind of what made up the Beast there, which is his anger, his hate, his fear, you know, his trauma, you know, and shit like that. The eclipse is where it fully started to emerge, because that was what drove him insane. Because who could go through the eclipse and not be insane? But it still wasn't complete. You know, because he kind of just fully embraced it. It's like, yeah, that's me. I want vengeance. I will kill everything I see. You know, that kind of thing. It was only in Conviction where he really started to stop and think about it that it started to form, because it knew that he was starting to reel back, and it's like, why are you being such a pussy? Why are you doing this now? Come on, fucking kill him. That's at least how I see it. Casca's subconscious views Guts as a wounded protector dog, while Guts subconsciously sees himself as a monster rape doggo. It's like poetry, it runs. Exactly. It's like, you know, he sees himself as a monster, and Casca just kind of pities him. Here. Fuck it up. There we go. It's part of them that just wants revenge for revenge's sake. Yeah, it just, you know, kill for killing's sake. Because it flat out, the Beast of Darkness outright told him, like, the more you kill, the more you'll want to kill. It's like, vengeance is just the motivating factor to get him to kill. I need my chakras. There we go. Be funny if Guts formed another voice in his head after all the stuff that's been happening recently. Well, that was kind of the joke with Shrike, where he had the Beast of Darkness that constantly tried to take over, and then he would have Shrike on his shoulder, and she represented that new chance at a family and being able to be a dad, you know, if you want to look at it from that angle, because he lost his son. There we go. Guts both empowered and crippled by the Beast of Darkness and the Dragon Slayer. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing they go with it. It's like, he is always on the edge of living and dying. So he's pushing himself past limits he should not be able to do. Shrike's his little sister. I just cut out the middleman to go full-blown daughter. Because, I mean, he was going to be a father. So... Oh god. Bad kitty. For up in your video on part 3, the beast manifested in Goto's cave. Demons can't enter. The beast is purely the bad side of Guts and wants to rip and kill. Exactly. It's like, you know, people like to say after the Berserker armor came into effect, then it became a demon. But I still like the idea of like, nah, this is just something Guts has to deal with, you know. There is no magic solution behind it. He has to deal with this. Wait, you lost his son. What are you talking about? Son's right there. Oh god, that's Griffith. You like Ghost Recon Wildlands? I only played bits and pieces of it. I didn't really have a group of friends to play it with, so I didn't get the peak experience that everyone says. Or if you play it alone, it's genuinely a lot of fun. We actually got something pretty good for that. At least in regards to like what we have. Yeah. Oh fuck. I also like the thing the Beast of Darkness is the son of Guts becoming aware of his urges. Yeah. Well, that's a big thing of it, where when it tells him to kill Casca, he starts like getting genuinely freaked out because he's like, do I want to do that? And that's what motivates a lot of the beginning of Millennium Falcon War, and it's really fucking cool. He make a company, Loli's Legion. That could be funny. I want to get a bit further before I do that, because I don't want to be stuck, you know, early game trying to get a free company going. Thoughts on Rainbow Six Vegas? I really liked 1 and 2. They were a lot of fun. Beast Darkness told Guts changed femboy ass. Guts said, oh, no homo, and chased his waifu instead. Exactly. The true and honest path. You know, it's like, you know, Chris Chan was always there on his shoulder telling him no homos. And Guts was like, thank you, Chris. Farnese almost had a horse in her. Shrek's his daughter, Eastro's his son. Farnese is Serpico, her aunt and uncle with weird sexual tension. There's like a real trailer trash family. Especially the uncle. Any interest in Starfield? I'll see what mods come out first. If there's like really anything interesting, because there's a lot of concept you can do, like I could see like a Factorio colony sim thing sparking up as a mod. That could be cool. but no, not on launch. You know, not a Bethesda game on launch. No. I think Farnese did if you read certain hentai dojin. Yeah. We already leveled up. That's pretty good. Wait for the Star Wars mods. Exactly. It's gonna be, yeah, there's gonna be shitloads of Star Wars. We are already wearing our best stuff, but yeah, because you don't get the loot until the actual thing's over. Yeah, I forgot. Go forth, my son. Go out and berserk to the extreme, Gambino. Yeah, there you go. I will. Thank you, father. And then he has to kill him. Like, all I can imagine is like the camping trip from Moral Oral, but it's Guts and Gambino, where it's like, you know, I don't like it when you drink, and Gambino just like tries to stab him with the sword. It's like, drunk is nature. Now for a fact there'll be Warhammer mods. Oh yeah, there's Warhammer mods for fucking Fallout and Skyrim. Yeah, it's gonna happen for Starfield. I will give Bethesda credit. The fact they are willing to embrace modding as much as they do, it's like, you gotta respect that. They know what motivates their community. Moral is legit a masterpiece. Like, it's one of those where, like, Season 3 is so fucking good. Especially compared to how Season 1 and 2 start. Where Season 1 is, like, goofy Adult Swim comedy, and there's only, like, hints of fucked up stuff, but even then it's all played up as a joke. Like, the Christmas special where his family, like, hates each other. Then you get to Season 2. Season 2 starts dipping a bit more into it, bit by bit. Then you get the camping trip, and it's like, what the fuck? That just stopped being funny. And then Season 3 just doubles down on that so hard. Rotisserie, $10. Speaking of, if things didn't go so wrong and Koska actually did run away with Guts after the rescue mission, you think it would have been a great dad because how he was treated by Gambino? I definitely think so. I know the cliche is like, oh, well, kids who are abused would go on to become abusers. Guts always kind of had a soft spot with kids. He would never really show it too often because he just was never in a situation with a kid where it would come up. But no, I think he would absolutely, because, you know, you see the way he acts with Shrike and Isidro. The way he acted with Jill was kind of fucked, but you excuse that as, hey, little girl, get the fuck away from me. I'm being hunted by demons. You will die. Alone is legit one of the most haunting things I've seen on television. Yeah, well, Alone's really good. The episode where the nurse meets her son is legit like, okay, that's just a heartfelt fucking story. Oh my god. Like, there were parts of Moral Oral that are just fantastic. You know, Clay's whole backstory and Clay as a character, like, you can tell they realized they really had something with Clay because they give him so many more monologues and chances to be a massive piece of shit. Guts the good guy who would definitely be a good father. That's what I think. Like, yeah, I like to think he would be a good dad. He'd be a good, stern father. Alone was apparently what got the show canceled. Yeah, because the director of it, I think it was Dino, the guy who helped out with Robot Chicken and then helped Charlie Kaufman make Anomalisa, which is hilarious when you consider that. But yeah, he was in charge of the show along with somebody else. And they always intended on drifting it into being more of a drama. They wanted to make it more of a drama, make it more introspective, and talk about, you know, the cycle of abuse. Basically do what BoJack Horseman did and Rick and Morty did. But it was before that. It was like 2006. So nobody wanted that. Everyone wanted dumb, fun, South Park fart jokes shit. Yeah. Not even to shit on South Park, but you know what I mean. Just over-the-top comedy. That's what people wanted. And that is what the show started off as, so it wasn't completely wrong what Adult Swim did. They came in and Alone is a legitimately pretty fucked up episode where you're delving into the backstory of 3 different characters who were legitimately traumatized by sex in 3 different ways. One was a rape victim, one was sexually abused as a child, and another was punished for having like any sexual desire whatsoever, and her eggs were removed by her overbearing mom. like, just outright not fun subject matter. And it treated very seriously, very grim, and I think it was Mike Lazo, the president of Adult Swim, called them up and is like, there's not even any fucking jokes. Like, no, I think he said, like, there's like one joke in this whole episode, what the fuck? And they shot back with like, oh, tell me where it is, we'll get rid of it. Ugh. Adult Swim were a bunch of pussies. They were, but not in the way you think. They were pussies in that they were afraid of it not being funny. They wanted dumb, edgy, comedy stuff, because that's what the first 2 seasons were all about. It was taking potshots at religion, taking potshots at, small town America, fart jokes, poop jokes, stuff like that. Basic Adult Swim stuff. One of the episodes was Oral selling everybody his piss as a sports drink. But they wanted to do something else, and they wanted to dip into, different subject matter. And I fully believe if they were allowed to go as long as they wanted, because they had, like, 2 other seasons they wanted to do after 3, it would have been hailed as, like, one of the greatest heel turns in all of TV. Dino did get Frankenhole afterwards. That is true. He did get Frankenhole, and Frankenhole was fun. Not amazing, but it was fun. The balls, they had to tell them where the jokes were so they can take it out. Yeah. And as stated, it's legitimately disturbing material. Not y'all don't know how you can stay up this late. My sleep schedule is fucked. And the whole idea behind it was they wanted to build up this town as being extremely fucked up, obviously hypocritical, where it's, super tight-knit conservative Christian community, but they don't abide by their beliefs. And then they were going to make that the plot point, where it's like, yes, they don't abide by the beliefs, and you see why. Rotisserie, $5. Demon BS aside, how the fuck would Griffith handle fatherhood? Would he even have kids by choice? Seems like he arranged miscarriages. I definitely think human Griffith would have been a pretty good dad. Just one that was very willing to make friends disappear if they pissed him off. But God Hand Griffith is, if he had a kid, that'd just be the Antichrist. I don't know how I feel about Oral becoming goth, though. He wouldn't become goth. No, they actually had a very well thought out arc on what they wanted to do. The idea behind it was exploring the cycle of abuse. Obviously, Oral was abused by his father, and they played off as a joke in the first 2 seasons, and then as stated, you get to the camping trip episode, the 2-parter, and you understand it is not a joke. Oral is just being abused by his dad, and his dad's a raging alcoholic. Like, all those, like, things they would point to as a funny bit where it's like, oh, Clay's a fucking drunk, oh, Clay's gonna spank Oral with his belt, and then it turned it into the, like, dark version of that, where Oral is, like, actually, like, shaking, afraid of his dad, and the dad's going on a rant about how, like, everyone in the world exists to hurt him, and you can't trust anybody. And, like, the campfire, like, makes him look like a demon. Like, they make it clear, like, no, this is supposed to be serious. I'm going to bed, gonna get a good night. Good night. Good night. Then the main guy in Frankenhole time travel and rape his younger self? Yeah. As stated, it was Adult Swim edgy humor. And that's what Moral Oral had at first, and then they wanted to dip into being more serious. Favorite thing, Chamber in 30-06? I don't really know. I never really fired much 30-06 stuff. I remember reading that the grandpa dies, and they said of thinking of making him goth. Yeah. Well, I'm sure the goth thing would have just been like a joke. There still would have been comedy. It's just it would have also had drama mixed in. Because you had the goth chick who ran the sex shop, so probably an episode where, like, he hung out with her. Yeah, the episode of the World Stop Motion movie and one of the viewers asking if Clay was molesting him because of how he's betrayed was an oh shit moment. Yeah, I don't think Clay ever molested him. I think he firmly kept it to abuse. Physical abuse, not sexual abuse. But yeah, the whole idea was, now I gotta remember where the key went. The whole idea behind it was Oral had the chance to break the cycle. Which is the big lesson that Clay never gets right, because they contrast Oral and Clay with how their childhoods worked and how they react. Clay, for those that have never seen more Oral, is Oral's father. and he is the main antagonist of the show. First 2 seasons, he is a goofy, like, oh, he's the sitcom dad, but he's actually a fucking moron, or, oh, he goes too far and he's crazy. The Stan Smith thing, you know, he means well, but he goes too far and he doesn't really know what he's talking about, even though they try to push him as the guy who knows everything, you know, that kind of thing. But after the camping trip episode, it's made clear he is actually depressed. Clay never abused, hence the what moment he thought it was discipline. No, it's made abundantly clear it's out of spite to Oral. And the whole idea is, yeah, the mayor of the town, yeah. The whole idea is, when Clay was a kid, he was a massive mama's boy. His mother showered him in attention, apple of her eye, you know, he latched onto his mother. His father was a lot colder and was just kind of like, stop being a fucking pussy, you know, that kind of thing. Well, the thing about his mother is she had a ton of miscarriages. Those were played off as a dark joke where she would always be stupidly irresponsible when pregnant, and Clay was the only one that lived. So she showered him in attention and is like, oh, you know, thank God this one lived, you know, that kind of thing. Well, during a stunt for attention, he ended up giving his mother a heart attack, and she died. Died right in front of her and her husband and her son. So his father flat out blamed him for the death of his mother, and he didn't even abuse him. At least in the sense of, like, physical abuse, it was like he just neglected him and straight up treated him as if he was dead. Like, anytime they would, like, you know, eat dinner, he would be like, can you pass me the ketchup you used to kill your mother with? Because he fakes being cut and having blood everywhere. Or he faked shooting himself and put a bunch of ketchup all over the place, and the mom thought he was dead and had a heart attack. And the whole thing is that fucked Clay up so bad. It fucked him up to the point that... Yeah. There we go. It fucked him up to the point that, like, he just didn't want to get close to people. You know, he didn't really like people. He hated his father, and he seemed like he was just, like, you know, cruising through life. Another big thing about him is it's implied he's closeted bisexual and a lot of that stuff. So that also didn't help. He just wanted affection. He wanted somebody to care about him. Well, then you get his wife. And usually, yeah, his father's about to slap him and then said, you're not even worth it, so Clay would be a massive cunt and equate his father slapping him as love. Exactly. Any attention was good to him. And that feeds into another thing about Clay I'll talk about later. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm going to go watch more Oral again for how good it was. Exactly. But the whole thing is, Clay ends up meeting Blaberta, which is his wife, Oral's mom. And if you remember, a lot of the time in these animated sitcom shows, when the wife is the joke character, where she's supposed to be the ditzy, happy housewife, but she's actually depressed or drunk or like, oh, she remembers what it was like to be a party girl. Blaberta is that, but it's not supposed to be funny. She's legitimately manipulative and legitimately evil. It's not even debatable. She actually is evil. Basically, all her friends were getting married around the same time, and she felt left out. She did not like being left out. She wanted to conform. You know, it's like, no, I want to conform. I want to be with everyone because, you know, what's the point of life without that? I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm here for it. Moral Oral. Fantastic series. But the mom was legitimately, like, very manipulative and evil and basically, unironically, manipulated Clay into marrying her. To the point that, like, whenever he had hesitation, she would tell him to drink. So she quite literally turned him into a drunk. The whole reason he's an alcoholic is because he does not love Blaberta. He doesn't love his family, and he's just trying to cope with the fact that he was basically pushed into a life he never wanted. I'd say make a video, but there are plenty out there about Clay. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of good ones. On accident, too. It was on accident, but yeah. Shout out to the child. There we go. He was neglected by her mother and wanted to be needed by somebody. Yeah. Once again, a case of, like, she was fucked up in her childhood and therefore, as an adult, did not process it properly and it turned into something bad. She also had an affair. Yeah, she fucked the gym teacher, who is also flamingly gay, and he only did it because he wanted to fuck Clay. And that's where you had God, what was the kid's name? The like one that's like retarded or autistic. I think it's Shapey. I think Shapey was the. But basically the parents are complete fuck ups, and they are actively damaging their children to a degree that. Doey? Was it Doey? I thought it was Shapey. I don't fucking know. Reminded me of Clive's mom from 16, which is fun fact. I found out Clive's parents are actually cousins. Yeah. Thank you for making them Berserk videos. You got me into the series even more than I expected. Yeah. Did she netter him? No, it wasn't like that. It was just an affair. She just did it because she's sexually repressed and once again miserable. Like everyone is miserable. And the whole point of the show is you understand what causes their problems, and they would have worked to fix them. The characters that actually want to change and become good people change and become good people. Because you have the deacon, the priest guy, who they wanted to have a longer arc with him, where it turns out he finds out he has a daughter. Yeah, he has a child without having sex. Yeah. And he ends up like kind of latching on to Oral and realizing like, man, we're fucking this kid up so bad. We're failing our job. You know, the whole idea behind it is that Oral would have broken the cycle, and that's where you see in the finale where he gets together with the girl he liked, she had her own fucked up family where they read the Bible like slightly differently, and so they were disowned from Oral's house and never allowed to show up there. Child without sex. Yeah, the priest was an unironic incel. He could never get laid, he could never get a date. He was like 35 and still a virgin, you know, that kind of thing. But he didn't realize that he had a stalker. The stalker chick was so obsessed with him, she broke into his house and stole his used napkins that he jerked off in and used that to impregnate herself. And so had a daughter. That daughter is the goth chick who owns the sex shop, and they end up actually having a pretty good relationship when they find out. I say, like, what makes Moral Oral good is the fact that it's willing to... It is willing to be both fucked up and actually have, like, genuinely good moments. He wasn't a virgin after Oral became a pimp. Yeah, that is right. Priest becomes somewhat good at the end. Yeah, because that's it. He was going to have a larger arc where certain characters would have actually redeemed themselves, and you would have seen somebody that actually wanted to change and be a good person took steps to do that. Where once again, I contrast it with like a BoJack Horseman, where towards like the final seasons of BoJack Horseman, they fetishize the idea of like, no, BoJack can never be redeemed. No one is obligated to accept your forgiveness and stuff like that. And it gets to the point of like, okay, I get it, but you're kind of, I don't know, it just feels cheap. It feels a little like spinning wheels and like, oh, so what? There's no reason even trying to change because no one will believe you're trying, you know, that kind of thing. Meanwhile, with Oral, it's like, no, the whole point is he breaks the cycle and is able to actually have a good family and keep his faith and all that. It's not just religion bad. Exactly. There is way more to it than that. There is way more to it. Ever try to play Black Desert asking for a masochist? I've never played Black Desert, no. What about the klutzy nurse? Klutzy nurse is the one that she ends up, reconnecting with her son. And that's actually, you get one of the more like wholesome endings in the show where you find out the bully kid that picked on Oral is her kid. And they actually end up like living together and they end up being pretty happy. Him telling his lesbian daughter their relationship wasn't real because the girl she had a crush on didn't care about her. That's another one where, once again, it actually knew how to do subversions like that right, where the daughter thinks it's like, oh, is it because, you know, I'm a lesbian? It's like, no, it's because she doesn't give a shit about you. It's like, yeah, another good moment where you see like, hey, these characters are not just stereotypes. There's way more to them than that. Hey, Lolly popped in to say hi, and Ackman has no balls. Definitely isn't for everyone. Oh, yeah, by no means is it for everyone. You're either going to get it or you're going to be like, fuck this. And he's talking about Black Desert. Because that's what I'm hearing. It's like some people sink like 10,000 hours into Black Desert Online. Some people get to level 3 and it's like, this is the dumbest game I've ever fucking played, and they dip out. Moral oral was never religion bad. It was people are hypocrites. Yeah, there was a lot more to it than that. I mean, it did take pot shots, you know. The kid who, like, questioned if the Bible was true or not is treated like a special ed kid. I mean, that was funny. The Encino Man parody where the caveman becomes a Rush Limbaugh parody. That's funny. You know, it wore its politics on sleeve. It was open about what it was, but it was also willing to, once again, be a lot more open about it in like, a mature way. Like I said, I would kill for a timeline where we got season 4 and 5. Because it would have explored stuff like they implied there was going to be a storyline where Clay's father stays with them for a while. It's like, holy shit, I would have loved to see that, you know, in the post-misery drama timeline, where now it's, like, serious, and you have the mountain goats playing, and you have the, you know, I hope you die, you know, that kind of shit. That's my bros in the top 50 in Black Desert America. Oh my god. Okay. We're at 27. Didn't Reddit try to claim moral oral as proof religion bad? It didn't even say religion bad. Like, the whole point of the show is that people are latching onto it as a way to escape their own problems. Where it's like, hey, there's a lot more wrong with you than just being too Bible thumpery. It's like, no, you are legitimately fucked up in the head. Here. Moral Oral had the Mountain Goats music in it? Yeah. The premiere of... Yeah, it was like the premiere of Season 2. It was either the premiere or episode after. You have a whole sequence where it's in first person and Clay's walking through his house. And it's the Mountain Goats, the No Children song. You know, it's like the, I hope you die, I hope we both die, you know, that song. That's playing as he's just walking through the house and he's fucking miserable and he's ignoring his family. And then he just goes to his study and starts drinking. And then after that, there's a sequence where he's just laying in bed and Blaberta's in the other bed because they have like 2 separated beds across from the room. And at first you think that's just oh well, you know, they're psycho Christians, you know, they're not supposed to touch each other even if they're married. Then you realize like it's because they're trying to fucking kill each other. They hate each other. But yeah, they're just staring up at the ceiling and the song plays out. Make me wish I was 10 again to be able to watch Adult Swim line up in real time. Yeah, if only we knew. If only we were old enough to understand what Adult Swim was ripping away from us. Season 3, not 2. Was it? Yeah, you're right. It was Season 3. Yeah. But you get my point. Love the new shirts. However, can we get Gorilla Maxing shirt? That would be a fun one. I was thinking about talking to some people about making new shirt designs. That's on the stream port of the game Gundam Operation 2. It's free to play. I keep hearing that one's not really that great. Adult, we can't have serious mature show Swim, yeah. It's also the same reason they fucked over Metalocalypse. Because Metalocalypse was going to try to be serious with the finale and stuff. Which now they're finally got their ass and it's like, alright, you get your movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this. I love the band. John's shockingly cool dude. IRL. Yeah. I think actually Moral Oral was pretty sure that's one of the things that got him popular because it was like 2006. And you know they licensed No Children for the song for the show, and No Children's kind of one of the more famous tracks. Metalocalypse ending on a cliffhanger was the biggest blue ball. Never forgive them. Well, now we actually get the movie, so we kind of won. Alright, high potion. With this, we can actually offer a high potion to that one motherfucker, so we're doing this one. But Metalocalypse and Venture Bros getting to finish with movies is something I thought would never happen. I know, right? Not me. I fucking love my dad. Yeah, I love that one. Just want to say, as an old fuck, I appreciate you. Thank you. Adult Swim, adults are too stupid for serious cartoons here. Have Peter Griffin farting in Meg's face for the 100th time. Yeah, seriously. And it is sad, because, like, that early period with Adult Swim actually had some legitimately fantastic stuff to it. I mean, everyone points to Tim and Eric. Tim and Eric, you know, I think is one of those where you either get it or you don't. I just don't personally care much for Tim and Eric. It's just not really my sense of humor. Some bits are funny. Like, I like Steve Brule, but, you know. But then you had stuff like Home Movies, where it's a show completely carried by ad-lib, and it's legitimately pretty damn funny. Robot Chicken, like, technically wise, is kind of impressive with all the stop motion. Then it just devolves as it goes on. It's way past fucking needing to die now. But, you know, there was some good stuff in Adult Swim. Metalocalypse was legitimately fantastic. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, everyone remembers that. That became a fucking cultural icon. Eric Andre Show, super good. Eric Andre Show is really fucking good. Tom Goes to the Mayor was also something I couldn't get into. Yeah, as much as they had really good ones, they also had some that just fucking flopped. Harvey Birdman. Harvey Birdman was a lot of fun. Hell, we were going to get fucking $1 Million Extreme until they, you know, wussed out because fucking Tim Heidecker threw a bitch fit. Frisky Dingo. Yeah, Frisky Dingo, which was basically the prototype to Archer. Like, I'm not crazy, right? That was the same people because it's literally the exact same animation style. Okay, before we do anything, yeah, go back to Thanalan. Get that thing I sent you? Give me a sec, let me look around. What was the thing? Was it like an email? Because I can check. Hey. Damn it, come on. I don't know. Oh, the joke? Let me look through it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the hippo running gag, yeah. It is too late to be running those existential questions on me, man. There's an inside joke from Harvey Birdman. It's also 4 in the morning. Don't yell at me. There we go. Kind of want to watch Lure Squad, but they got like 2 good skits from there from what I've seen. Lure Squad's one of those where it really fucking hit and misses. All that for a quest that wasn't even worth it. And I think we're honestly going to call it here because it is almost 4 in the morning here. So, fuck it. We didn't reach level 30, but we're close enough. It's level 27. I'm willing to call that a victory. I'm willing to call that a victory. Bro, got out of the army a while back. Love your videos. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So, yeah. So say goodnight to our beloved Rabid. She now has a skirt, so that's pretty good. So, gonna log out. Swapping back over. Alright, yeah. Oh my god. Good night, not Casca. Breed the bunny. There you go. Technical difficulties at the beginning. Yeah, I don't know what was Twitch's problem because I wanted to do it like every other stream, or like one on YouTube, one on Twitch, one on YouTube, one on Twitch. Twitch was actively just murdering OBS. It just refused to work. And it had nothing to do with the internet. We went through the entire fucking stream, no problem on YouTube, fine. Twitch though didn't like it, refused, would not accept. Rotisserie Taylor's favorite Mr. Plinkett quote. I gotta go to bed soon, my guy. have the classic one, which is, you know, the Phantom Menace is more disappointing than my son. But unlike my son who hung himself in a gas station bathroom, Phantom Menace is here to stay forever. You can never undo it. Juan Repetil has beat RE8 this week on New Game Plus. I love this game. It is very fun. Twitch title streamer now. Yeah, I mean, I'll still advertise it, but yeah, so far, Twitch has kind of been a bad investment. I think Twitch is being fucky on purpose. It is weird. It's like Twitch is the stream site, and yet when I try to use it, it would not stream. It wasn't even a thing of like I tried to play the game and it would fuck up. No, it was outright like it wouldn't even let me start it. For fucking 10 years, that's all I saved. Yeah, I love that. Alright. Lord Grizzly Bear for $5. Keep up the good work. Would you ever do a series on any games, maybe the MGS series, something so you have more long-form media, unless you have some other things in the work? I do actually occasionally talk about games, and I would like to talk about some more. I'm slowly working through my to-do list. There's a lot of ones that have been on the back burner for so fucking long. People just want the fucking Wolfenstein video already, because I promised that for like a 4th of July one like fucking years ago. Can you stream on Odyssey? I can see about that. There's still a lot to tinker with. There's still a lot we can figure out. Only need 20 to 25 streamers at this rate to reach level 80. We really do. As stated, it gets to a point where you can start stacking levels up pretty high, especially when you do dungeons. Dungeons really boost up your levels. But yeah, we're kind of just early game Realm Reborn, so. But it'd be how it'd be. AlmightyLoli is a cam girl, but with a peepee, so still counts. There you go. Stream ending. It's almost 4 in the morning and my phone's almost dead. Be sure to check in on time next stream. Yeah, I don't know when next stream is gonna be. I don't know what the plan is for this weekend. I'm gonna have to figure it out, but I'll figure it out. I just hate Twitch so fucking much. Well, yeah. So, thank you everybody who showed up. Pretty fun one. Yeah.